Alright, let's see if does this work? Are we getting a stream going? Hey! Stream's going. Stream's here. Stream's appearing. Let me announce this on my community tab. Hold on. Okay, live announcement. Welcome! Heartmouse, Surplus, Bill Smith, Noah's Pride Guide to the Multiverse, The Slay of 157. Mickey is my best boy, Fnaf. Hello! I don't know why I'm doing... I guess I'm doing a revisited stream, so my brain went to Markiplier. I didn't even consciously do that. I just was like, oh, revisit it, because I haven't played it in a while. Oh, okay. I guess this is a good discussion stream for the ARG and, potentially the Neon Dynamo dub, even. If you haven't done that, there is currently a poll on my community tab that goes over whether, how dubbing Neon Dynamo should work. On how often dubs would come out for that. If you don't know, it's my comic. That's its own thing. The ARG... I was going to play coy and not acknowledge its existence at all, but I don't think I'm going to do that. I think I'm going to genuinely acknowledge it. I was like, what ARG? Someone's messing with my channel, I guess. Yada yada. That was going to be like the whole bit, but I'm not going to do that. I want to revisit Ultimate Custom Night. Welcome, Dissonant Sith. Welcome, T to N. Pixel Jet Ski. Welcome. So I used to be really good at this game. I never really did big 50-20 mode attempts, but I did play a shit ton of this game when it came out. I'm gonna go about it the way I originally practiced with this game. Yeah, people were pretty close. I will give one clue that no one figured out, in the ARG. Those binary strings are different from each other. Like, a lot of people got the gist of the first binary string, but I never saw anyone solve the other two binary strings, because there's 3 different ones. And then there's, of course, the... Ooh, I just got a Discord thing. Oh, that's... Hold on, I've got to set up D&D for later today. I have a D&D group that does today. Discord server. I will do it at some point. I think I'm still, like, recognizing that I have a fan base now. After 6 years of being, like, a 300 subscriber. Not even 300. I was below 100 before 2022. And until, like, the last month of 2022. So it's still kind of, like... settling in my brain. Anyway, let's turn on Phone Guy because he's the best character. I mean, Funtime Foxy. Damn, I can't believe they are both in the same place. Scariest character to deal with is hands down Toy Freddy and Funtime Foxy in this game. Oh yeah, my character in videos won't acknowledge it. Exactly. I guess Sire's stream, if you want to call this me, and Sire Squawks are different characters, canonically. It's like, it's how many layers deep do you want to go, basically. Sire Squawks is his own character, just like Sir Squix is his own character, just like Ozzy will be his own character, and just like the character in the first episode of ARG is his own episode. Yeah, Phone Guy is one of the best characters in this because he's just mildly annoying. Like, he doesn't... I can listen to Phone Guy, but, like, other characters are way more annoying than him. I don't think I've got Void. I think Void is the only cutscene I didn't get in UCN. I got all of the anime cutscenes. In fact, buried in my channel is my original playthrough of it. The 724 variant of Ultimate Custom Night? Okay. Let's do a night. Let's just get all the useless characters who, like, don't do anything in it. Because I'm going to warm up to all of them. Who else can't kill? Yeah, you're not that bad. You're not that bad. This is weird, because Mangle gets the double gender gag, but Phantom Mangle doesn't, which is weird. That's always been interesting. Void is the name of the Golden Freddy cutscene, which appears at 9,800 because Scott thought he put it at 9,800 just in case 50/20 mode was impossible. I will be using kind of the beta, not beta. What would you call it? The earliest version of it. Rockstar Foxy is another one. I'm just gonna put on all the characters who don't kill you to get an early high score. Who do I not have? Oh, you. Who can't kill you? Oh, L Chip can't kill you. This is just the easiest way to get back used to things. I know Nightmare. Okay, I know that's gonna be a strategy I want to deal with. Who else can't kill you in the roster? I'm trying to remember. L Chip, JJ. Oh, JJ. Oh yeah, the JJ and BB can't kill you. Just get in all the characters that you can, because you need to play a few rounds just like getting used to the layout. This is not a game you can just be like 50/20 mode, let's go. Bonnie can't kill you. Yep, classic Bonnie can't kill you. Toilet Bonnie can. Mangle can kill you. Lefty can kill you. Musical Maceman can kill you. I mean, he won't kill you with this roster, but he can kill you. Enter can. Is this all of them? Is this all the characters that can't really kill you? Oh my god, it has a character making it. Character maker in it. Fucking hell. No, Dee Dee spawns in characters and you can't do anything about her other than power-ups. Which I'm not that worried about. So let's just do a practice. Yeah, yeah, many characters can kill you. Okay, so let me remember this all. Menu. Okay, flashlight. Okay, all, that. Is there an all, X is all off, Z is flashlight, C is fish, F is, okay, then that's everything from there. Enter is chip. Power generate, yeah. And you want to alternate between 1 and 5 on the higher level shit. Yeah, I'm just kind of practicing right now. This is admittedly a bit of a warm-up round where I'm just trying to get used to all the buttons again. Okay. I mean, it's a good thing I don't have anything. This is exactly why I need to do another round. Fucking... Okay, technically I don't even need to do anything, but I just need to get used to dealing with the distractions. Yeah, turn fucking fan on and off. God, there's so much to get used to. There is a fucking reason I said I needed a practice round. Yeah, I bet having 720 characters, no matter what they all do, is fucking impossible. Even if they're all like FNAF 2, where like 600 of them do the same thing. Having like any percent of that be real. Okay, and fucking okay. Fan, fucking light. BB. Fucking, and then fan. Oh, I totally could just sit here the entire side, but I need to get bet. Fucking hell. Okay. Yeah. Fucking. All right, I'm getting used to it. I'm getting used to it. I'm getting. I'm basically practicing for when I do have characters right now. Okay, I'm trying to get used to. There. Okay. Oh my god. Okay. I am getting used to it all again. Okay. Okay. This might be a hard stream to talk about, too. My mic makes me sound 30? Maybe, I don't know. Is my mic that bad this stream? Anyway, because I re-downloaded it, it's fucking weird about shit because it like remembers scores but doesn't remember my cutscene progress. So you have to deal with Chica. It's William Afton, guys! He's here! It's the main guy, William. It's William Afton, everyone! Wow. Chica, the Chica is William Afton jokes appeared before she was even on screen. Who did the art for these? I forget. It could be like any of the FNAF artists, to be honest. Okay, so let's start getting deadlier. Oh, there goes Burn Trap. Yeah, secondary. So, who to add next? Okay, so we'll just do the who else buys plush? Yeah, that's it. He's another plush boy. Freddy is just stacked on Phantom Freddy. He's just Phantom Freddy, but he can kill you. And then where's Normal Baby? Normal Baby is the other plush character. And we can just stall all of them with Cam 2. Or not, is it Cam 2? Which one? Yeah, welcome Ouija Gaming. Surplus. I always clap back. Okay. Foxy might be a pain. Okay. I only have to do After One tonight, so I guess I'll throw him in here. I'm just trying to warm myself up. I guess this will become 50-20 mode attempts at some point. Yeah. Yeah, the toys are pretty easy. Let me just try it with a few things that can kill me. First and foremost. Like... just getting used to setting the camera early. Just all the motions, because it's... Okay. And then you're trying to stay here basically as long as possible. And then letting the heat rise, power saving. And then switch to 5. Switch back. And do that. You don't want to hit Nightmare BB when he appears. Fuck you. Welcome, Jerry Kane Plays Things. That you like to fight, so add a new problem to your night. That would kill me if I did that, I just realized. I have no idea who was added in. God, Afton is not a hard enemy to deal with, but he is the most startling. Here's the thing is, I'm not fast enough yet. I need to get used to being very fast with it all. I didn't really mean to use Foxy. Okay, cool. I don't even need the camera, really. Okay, that's adaptation. Conserve power. Hold out from here. Keep moving the mouse. Flash on the left. Like that, so I don't get Nightmare Yawned when he starts appearing. Okay, that's done. Flash the left. Shock Baby when she'll appear. Okay, if I can have that thing on. That I would have died there if I did that. Okay, okay, okay. Okay, okay. Hello, Isaac Newbie. Welcome. Ghosty Girl 23. Okay. Welcome. This is basically just like a not random, but it is sort of a collection of random practice characters as I warm back up to the chaos. Okay, we're done basically. Not much left can kill us. I think I'll throw in the toys after this. Yeah, this game is very fast relative. I think we'll get a cutscene for each. Yep. Bear time. Bear vengeance. Okay, I'm gonna. Isn't there part of the joke that the subtitles of these are like super off? Okay, come on. Please let me go to YouTube. Okay. I was going to try and check my YouTube tab while I was doing that. All right. Are you having fun yet? I mean, usually it's fun because it's chaos. It's such an interesting thing to play. Yeah, Rockstar Cheek is pretty easy because I forgot that she also applies to camera stalling. I think there's also a way to beat it without the death coin, but I don't. That is so frantic and impossible looking that I'm like, yeah. What power ups do I have? I have a bunch. So. Okay. Scrap Baby is once per night. And Scrap Baby's once per night. Funtime Foxy will need the death coin for, but that's something else I need to practice entirely. This is just let's throw in the toys or the mask characters. I accidentally threw on Toy Freddy. Okay. Rockstar Chica is another one to practice. So Rockstar Chica, I just need to have the sign on the left. That's all that matters. I just need to remember to mask constantly whenever I take down the camera. We'll throw in the mediocre melodies after this round. Chica soothed by the... Okay, the global music box soothes her, so she's just part of the marionette. That's... It's interesting, this has always been interesting to me, that Lefty is he. Like, the character Lefty is he. Yeah, Norval... Yeah, Molten Freddy is not that hard, but I want to, like, introduce a mechanic at a time. So a lot of these characters wrote, like... Okay, here, I'll turn the game down if people are having... Because I've noticed... Because my volume's, like, basically as high as it can go. Okay. I don't really understand how Rockstar Bonnie works. To be honest. Like, I just fundamentally don't get what he does. Like, I know how to beat him in theory. I just don't know, like, what the 50-20 mode variant of him is. Yeah, it's weird that Funtime Freddy's not in this game. Like, I guess, yeah, you do need... Like, because there are so many Halloween update characters relative to their importance. Personally, I would scrap Nightmare On in exchange for Funtime Freddy. Or maybe Jacko, or maybe Nightmare Bonnie or Jacko Chica, because you already have 3 Halloween reps, right? Or like you have 4 Halloween reps. Okay. I think we got everything good. Yeah, I think this is just one of those... Yeah, Trash in the Gang got in, but not Funtime Freddy, which is the funny one. Fucking, I need to get it on cam too. Okay, what doors are open? Am I forgetting someone? Am I forgetting a character? I feel like I'm forgetting a character. Okay, then turn that on. Yeah. Okay, fuck. Okay, gotta get really quick about that. Hi, phone guy. Welcome. What? Why did it unmask? Yeah, it's weird that Funtime Freddy isn't in the game. My game audio is muted? It is? Is it? What the fuck? What? What? When did that happen? I swear it was working earlier. Why? What the hell? When did that happen? Because I know it was working. Hold on. Okay, my mic is definitely working. Huh? Okay, I don't know. Oh, it was just so quiet. It wasn't. Okay. Bah. Da, da, da. Okay, there we go. Welcome, Zikarona Gotcha. Yeah, no, it was just very quiet. There we go. Hopefully I'm louder too. Okay, that should fix some problems. Let me check something else while I'm at it. Okay, who'd throw on? Wait, did I die with that? My brain kind of forgot what happened. Oh, Golden Freddy killed me. That's right. That's what. I had to direct my audio. Welcome, Rhombus Head. I'd rather it be quiet than like too loud. So I'm gonna leave it here. Yeah, I'll just go with this because I technically haven't beat it yet. Golden Freddy cheated. Not this time. Okay. Da 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 da. Fucking both of you. Okay. Okay, so it's. Okay. And I need that, and I can turn you off. Favorite FNAF game? FNAF 3's up there, to be honest. Like, if I think of the game that's the most interesting for me to play and has my favorite demonstration of the story of FNAF, I'd say it's 3. One of my issues with FNAF 2 is it feels like it's a lot of its story is kind of a lot of FNAF 2's story is kind of just throwing and introducing ideas at you before you really understand it. Like FNAF 2 is a lot of stuff kind of there to introduce an idea. What am I using power for? What the fuck am I... Oh, I'm using power for the fan. Okay, I'm getting used to this now. Something that's going to take me a bit to realize... God, I'm trying to practice that motion of going to the left. Yeah, my issue with FNAF 2 is there's a lot of, like, just kind of throwing information at you, whereas at least three felt like it was like developing shit. Like it went somewhere with those ideas, which is not something I can say for FNAF. Like FNAF 1 and 2 are a lot of just ideas happening, whereas 3 is like you have the progression of the spirits getting their revenge. You have the death of William as Springtrap. You have his resurrection and return, but then you have him being burned at the end, like, and then you have Happiest Day, which is like the release of those spirits. Like that's plot. That's not just throwing shit at you. Whereas 2 is a lot of background. There really isn't an arc in 2. And its gameplay is, in my opinion, the most interesting one to go back to. Like, going back to FNAF 2 is FNAF 3 is way more interesting than any other game. Even at its worst. FNAF 3 is heavily underrated to play. I would say a lot of people who think FNAF 3 is boring are people who have not played FNAF 3. It is, in my opinion, the most interesting game to go back to. Like, 4 feels very, frustrating for me to play, because it's just, like, fucking loud noises in your ears. Like, I know I'm playing the game that's, like, the definition of loud noises in your ears. But, like, FNAF 4 just kind of feels like very, like, punishing in a different way to lose, where it's not like, oh, I'm losing progress and I didn't win. It's like, ah, fuck, my ears hurt. I don't like that punishment. I don't like the punishment of having my ears ring every time I lose, and having that be required because I have to have the audio up. Exactly. FNAF 2 was asking questions, FNAF 3 was, like, answering questions, and I drastically prefer the answers to the questions. And then FNAF 4 has always bugged me because it's so fucking, like, weird with its lore. Like, Scott even said in the Doco interview that he was like, FNAF 4, in retrospect, is kind of shit happening. And that's it regresses back to FNAF 2, in my opinion, in that way. Shut up, William. I love that I can't tab out of this because my mic gets stuck in the center. That's not, like, look, I can't get it away. It's like the Monica, like, dragging stuff away thing. I literally can't escape. Yeah, I feel like, oh yeah, really fucked with the fandom's perception of Sister Location single-handedly. Hi, Wolf. This is like Wolf's only canon appearance as Wolf, other than being on a poster in the games. FNAF 4's jump scares are like, on one hand, they're really no, I'm not saying FNAF 4 isn't scary. It is scary because the fucking noise of everything. It just hurts. Like, physically, as someone who has a lot of, like, sensitive audio stuff, which is part of the reason I actually like a lot of FNAF games, is it plays into that. It helps. I'm often good at them because of that. But for FNAF 4, it's like punishing you for having good ears and hearing things well. And I don't like that. Yeah. My only issue with the FNAF 4 character designs is they have the fucking scrap trap, like, Minecraft tearing that normal Springtrap doesn't have. Like, he has a little bit of it, but it's not anywhere near as extreme as on the Nightmares and Scrap Trap. Like, that kind of, like, weird, like, clearly took out actual, wait, why is my brain blanking on them? Actual polys and quads. Actually just ripped out. Uh, yeah, FNAF 4 is like I think FNAF 4 is the scariest, but I also like I said, it's the fact that it hurts my ear so much and that the gameplay loop doesn't really improve in my opinion as it goes. Like it relies on Nightmare Fredbear and Nightmare to make it more interesting as it goes. It's really just like here's the thing. Let me explain why I like FNAF 1's gameplay improvement and FNAF 3 is the best. Because FNAF 2 has the same problem. FNAF 2 is like it introduces its shit and you're done with it. Like you get the mask, you just learn to put it down every time you do it. You flash a light. By night 3, you've gotten everything. Even Golden Freddy, the final character added into the roster, is just another mask character. And FNAF 4 has the same damn issue where it's like, okay, close the doors on the fucking scary boys, turn around, go to a closet. And there is difficulty to it, there is not nuance to it, but you learn it and it's just there until Nightmare Fredbear is introduced. And then Nightmare is just harder Nightmare Fredbear at its core. Whereas FNAF 1 makes it complicated because Freddy is not obvious for how he works. And that's what makes him interesting, because you don't realize right away that he isn't just a beatstick or Foxy. He's both. He moves and you have to watch him, which is what's interesting. And then FNAF 3 is interesting because they introduce more phantoms as they go, so you have to get more and more used to the building. And William gets faster and faster and faster, so you have to think about different rooms in different ways. And then sister locations, like, technically every night's a new thing, but also half the challenges aren't as interesting as any FNAF game. Yeah, the nights are very long in FNAF 1. That is the biggest weakness of FNAF 1. Which is why it's not my favorite. It is a slog to play. FNAF 3 is like, it works. All the FNAF games have issues. I'm not going to pretend that there is no FNAF game that has no problems. Anyway, let's start with the new characters. I'm already doing the vent stuff, like the door stuff. So I'm just going to throw in characters that are part of that. You're also a vent. You're Mango's in vent. I'm already practicing doing the temperature. I'm not gonna throw in Music Man yet. Are Nightmare Fredbear and Nightmare on a timer in this? Or do they just kill you? Favorite Afton? Springtrap. There's no competition. Glitch Trap and Springtrap, I would say. I would say I like Glitch Trap as an antagonist more than I like Burn Trap. Even though Burn Trap's design is more impressive visually. Yeah, JJ, I feel like you could have made them the same character and just say it like, oh, they alternate. I'm trying to remember if Nightmare or Nightmare Fredbear are like Belore logic, where if you just wait, they kill you or not. FNAF World is also underrated as hell. It's fun. FNAF fan theory favorite? That's a good question. Oh, what is my favorite fan theory? I feel like I can't bring up one of my own theories because that feels egotistical. So I'm trying to think of something that I didn't make up. Steel Wool did not ruin FNAF. None of the problems with FNAF right now are something created by Steel Wool. Even if GGY is like proof that's like they didn't even know the lore when they were making it. even if that turns out to be true, I don't think any of the problems with the FNAF franchise come from Steel Wool right now. I feel like pretty much every problem FNAF has were underlying issues that existed already. That is going to be my standpoint on FNAF for a while. I'm going to think on the fan theory while I play this night. Fan theory. Hi, Afton. I like how it's basically canon that Afton just does staring contests with us every now and then. Because, I mean, think about it. Every fucking FNAF game he does, like, he's in. Like, this specifically. Specifically, Springtrap does staring contests with the player at some point. Hi, Ennard. So yeah, fan theory. Fucking fan theory. Yeah, I really... I might, okay. Okay, why don't you guys list your own fan theories, well, like, favorite fan theories, so I have a pool to look through? Because my brain is kind of scattered with the game. I do get a lot of ironic enjoyment out of Cassie Victim for how much, like, fucking, like, story copium it goes through. I've kind of always found that funny, to be honest. But I don't genuinely like that theory is the thing. I genuinely despise Cassidy Victim as an actual theory, but I find it a hilarious theory for what it represents in the fandom. I do like the idea that like Henry has this trademark hinge design, and that's proof he made the mediocre melodies. It also kind of depends on what you think is a theory. Exactly, like, kind of anything could be a theory at this point, is one of the big things. Like, so many things could be a theory that I feel like saying any of them. I don't agree that game theory is overrated. I think the theories are held in too high of regard, maybe? Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. But I don't think game theory as a channel is overrated at all. I've never agreed with that take. I don't think there's anything that's ruined FNAF yet, to be honest. I feel like it's changed and people may not like that, but it's been pretty gradual to the point where I don't feel like any one thing did it. They're really... Hey, there we go. Okay, let's go through our things. Intermission. So all the intermission's going. Let's see. Yeah, salvage was a pretty damn interesting. So if you don't know, there was this popular theory leading up to FNAF 3 that what we now know as Springtrap would be this salvaged robot built from everything, like every basically abandoned character combined would become Springtrap. That was a popular theory for a while. The shadow animatronics being, yeah, I do like the spring lock failure shadow animatronic theories. I don't think it's what's true. It might have been originally, but I fucking really don't like Robot Kids, to be honest. I feel like it's so unnecessary. And okay, the bigger to me, not only is it unnecessary and is the idea silly, the narrative that William would ever succeed in making a robot is such a fuck you to Silver Eyes' actual premise. I'll just wait for this to finish before I get into it. I don't even like Silver Eyes that much. I think it's good, and I don't think it's really that as useful for theories as people make it out, but oh yeah, FNAF 1 being the killer's purgatory was an interesting theory back then. I'll explain Cassidy Victim too while I'm at. Okay. So here, let me explain why Robot Kids is a fuck you to Silver Eyes. Like, the entire plot of Silver Eyes revolves around the idea that William is obsessed and jealous that Henry can do all these fantastical things, like making a robot kid, and he could never do it. He can't do it. William is like at this constant struggle to try and grasp at straws of what Henry can do. And that is like the crux of that plot. You don't get anything happen if you don't have William's jealousy but inability to mimic it. And the idea that he could actually make Robot Kids of his own volition is such a fuck you to that, but it relies on it. Like, that's such the opposite of what that story was trying to say, but you need that story to get to that conclusion. Like, that, because Robot Kids doesn't happen in Frights. You do get the whole, like, trash children kind of premise, but that's different. That's not what, like, everyone's talking about for Robot Kids. And I'll explain what Cassidy Victim is. Cassidy Victim is this theory that basically the fifth missing kid was retconned out of existence to be FNAF 4. FNAF 4's kid. Like, basically the retcon is that they're trying to imply that Cassidy is the name of the crying child, and that the crying child is the retconned replacement for the fifth missing kid, and or that somehow Charlie is like the fifth missing kid or something like that. Like, I think the original post that everyone uses to cite it like splits on it. It's like, it could be Charlie's the fifth missing kid, or it's Cassidy. Whatever, and Cassidy is a crying child by this logic, and it's basically just expanded Michael from there. There are so many fucking issues with that premise, though. Like, the fact that it's... That retcon's never fucking explained if that is true. Like, I feel like if Scott was going to retcon the entire idea of a fifth missing kid, it would be very obvious. Because it's such a big fucking thing. Okay, what else? Tape Girl's Tape Girl. I feel like, to be honest, while I don't agree with the idea that Vanny and Vanessa are separate characters, I feel like she's going to do something we don't know yet. Because okay, here's the thing. The he/him doesn't fucking matter because Cassidy is, while it's more commonly a female name, it is a gender-neutral name. Silver Eyes and Frights bring up the 1985 thing, which is why it's confirmed. In my opinion, if 2 out of 3 continuities introduce a premise as a canon concept, that's when it's more likely. When it's one continuity brings something up, that implies something that Scott didn't make it. It implies something that one of the bonus writers did it. Whereas if two continuities say something, like if both the games and Silver Eye say something, it's probably true. If both the Frights and the Silver Eye say something, it's probably true. And if Frights and games both say it's probably true. And that's going to go for Tales too, in my opinion. Like, yeah, the Crown Child's name is fucking weird. That has always bugged me for why. Okay, everyone fucking this is one of those frustrating things where you can see in discussion history, if you were there, what happened. So there was a lot of discussion of what the Vengeful Spirit was about. And then MatPat made like his take on it, but MatPat like made it more about the death of the kid rather than the kid themselves. And in my opinion, my take on the Vengeful Spirit is they don't give a shit how they died, or the fact that they were part of a set of kids. What matters about the Vengeful Spirit is that they are the one kid who just fucking can't let Afton go. That one of those five, like the other four, have been kind of convinced to move on, to leave, to be that they will be put to rest, but one of them would not. And you may say, why? It's because that's the fucking plot. That's the narrative. The story is that Afton, one of Afton's victims, is not just as bad as he is, but just as obsessive as he is. And that's why they are the one you should not have killed. If Afton had killed any fewer amount of kids, they wouldn't have killed this one, the one that won't let him go. I don't think the Vengeful Spirit has anything to do with their death being special. Even if they are... Hell, even if Mike Hill is true, I don't agree with the death itself being the reason. It is more to me about the idea that this kid or person can't let it go. That, and can't let Afton go. Yeah, both Mangle and Withered Chica, you call them him. Illusion discs, I think the gist is correct. I'm just not sure they're the exact Silver Eyes versions. I think it's the loose premise is what's important more than anything. Oh, I forgot Withered Chica. Whoops. Who the fuck else do we throw on? Chica will have to be part of the music box set. I think it might be Nightmare BB time. Yeah, we gotta get him used to him. Yeah, I do think that is kind of like the commentary with Cassidy, or like the plot point is that Cassidy is so obsessive that they're becoming not as destructive as Afton, but becoming destructive himself. That's kind of the crux of my FNAF world theory, which it's that theory is weird because like it is a split between a headcanon and an actual theory, like in my opinion. Like that's kind of what I knew it was going to be. Where, there. Actual mistakes Scott made and had to run with. That is a good question. I'm kind of split on that. I feel like the biggest mistake to me that I stand by as Scott's first retcon is FNAF 1 being in 1993. Opinions on people who ship animatronics. Ah, shit. I fucked up. I didn't mean to click that. Cassie's a secret Afton is fucking dumb. I'm gonna be fucking honest. Like, Cassie Victim, like, attempts to have explanations for shit that wouldn't make sense. And I think the entire premise of Cassie being an Afton, especially a fourth unique Afton, is my least favorite theory. Because I'm like, the fuck are they doing? Like, the fuck are they, like... Yeah, as long as you don't ship the dead kids, I guess it's not bad. If you, like, ship the canon characters, that's even less offensive, in my opinion. Like, if you ship specifically the character Toy Bonnie with Toy Chica or some shit like that, or Mangle with anyone, and not the concept of the dead kid, it's fucking fine. I don't care. That's kind of my stance on a lot of shit, is, like, I actually had a lot of the Neon Dynamo cast, Neon Dynamo even my comic, were younger, until I genuinely wondered, fuck, is this going to be kind of weird at certain points? So I kind of aged them all up. There's nothing going to happen with them per se, but I'm like, fuck, I do want to make it, like, less odd. Yeah, no, shipping's going to happen in any fandom. Yeah, FNAF 1 definitely was, if you took its... So what oh wait, FNAF 1's our con. I meant to say that. Brain. So in FNAF 1, Phone Guy says that if I were singing those same stupid songs for 20 years, and I didn't get a bath, I would be irritable at night 2. Or I'd be irritable at night 2. Oh, fuck. I forgot Bullet Freddy. And that implies that Freddy's is a 20-year-old brand despite being founded in 1983. Which would make FNAF 1 in 2003, despite that AR definitely doubled down on the idea that it was in 1993. I think that's like one of the only two retcons that I stand by have to be real. Because the other retcon I think of is Puppet's gender. Puppet's gender is another retcon. Even though he did kind of stick to it by making the actual marionette character is a he. Like, this physical puppet is a he, even though Charlie is a girl. I have no clue what the fuck's... I feel like that's another small retcon, the idea that Charlie is aggressive at all. Silver Eyes and Frights are good. I think Frights is slightly better at capturing the tone of the games. Typically, even when they are weirder stories. Like, they feel more a part of the game's universe, typically. Fuck. That was almost a fuck up. And I think Tails is probably going to be the most spot on to FNAF in general. Like, it seems like it's going to capture the feeling of FNAF the most. I feel like Charlie's personality was just slightly retconned in general. And I do mean like a slight retcon where it's like... I feel like part of it is just... I feel like about half of it is... like, Scott kind of fleshing out the character more. And you can maybe argue that Charlie only wanted revenge while Afton was still alive and stop being aggressive. when she knew he was dead. Because she just wants the other spirits to be free, and she knows that they won't move on until he's gone forever. That's like... That's kind of the best way I can, like, rationalize it. But I do think it's kind of a personality retcon. Fuck. I got overwhelmed by shit. I got hit by everything at once. Is there anything I want to throw in here that I'm not having trouble with? Nah, I think I'm good. I think just practicing with Nightmare VB. 40 viewers, that is pretty big for my standards. Fuck. Well, I don't need the vents real quick. I'm gonna have to get used to just phone guy playing. By my usual standards, this is a stream popping off, actually. Okay. Yeah, I stand by that the... Kind of each book series has kind of gotten better from the last, even though the vitriol for the books has gotten worse with every game. Hi, Afton. Hi, Will. How you doing with that suit? You're about to kill Will? That's part of the plot of this game. That's the other thing is, I fucking hate Michael because it, like, ruins so many clever little clues in this game, to be honest. Like, the main theme of this game, like, the main music track for it, is named, like, Estriophobia, or whatever it's called. Which is, like, the phrase for, like, fear of yourself. And, like, half this cast is a representative of shit William has done. Whereas it doesn't really make sense for, like, Mike. Because it's like, what? I mean, other than the fact that he's a literal corpse man, nothing in this game is, like, a Mike reflection. Per se. Like, nothing is specific to him as a reflection of Michael. Other than the general, like, legacy of, like, oh, I'm your reflection because you killed me, which is kind of dumb, to be honest. I think that premise is kind of fucking stupid, to be honest. I fucked up temperature, I knew it. Yep. Okay, now we're finally starting to reach challenging levels, like... Oh yeah, I love Kellen's Freddy voices. Like, basically every Freddy voice has a great voice. Springtrap's scariest character. Basically, if we're talking about as a FNAF character, I think Springtrap is sort of the franchise's peak, in my opinion. Which is part of the... That's the other reason that's, like, fucking great about FNAF 3. Springtrap's design, the detail of it, he doesn't feel forced scary, which is kind of my issue with the nightmares. Is that they are scary, but, like, they feel like they were meant to be scary, rather than, like, what I like about a lot of the FNAF characters, what I think gives them their best vibes, are when they're unintentionally scary, but supposed to be. Like, obviously Scott's designing them to be scary animatronics. But my point is, like, they feel like the characters that were built weren't meant to be scary. I feel like that angle of like a cute thing that's out of its comfort zone or is in a weird condition is what makes it best. I think that's the highlight of FNAF. The jump scare of Springtrap is his big weakness. That is, everyone knows that. I will say, if there was a better jump scare, Springtrap would be so much fucking better. I think that is by far Springtrap's biggest flaw, is his jump scare. But fucking fan-made Springtrap jump scares, like, always go hard. And that is not a phrase I use lightly. Every Freddy voice is good. I stand by it. Toy Freddy included. I fucking love Toy Freddy's like, it's not my fault the button, my fingers can't button game well button. I fucking didn't press D or A. It's not my fault my fingers can't reach the buttons. If I get jump scared, you get jump scared. I fucking love Toy Freddy's voice. Honestly, if Springtrap had the fucking ignited Bonnie punch, that would have been awesome. Yeah, every fucking staring prop. To be honest, you actually can kind of get this vibe from Springtrap that he is a little egotistical. Because he's, like, always smiling and grinning, and always making so sure you can kind of slightly see him. And he's always fucking looking at you. It is canon that's, like, I'm not even joking when I say it. It's canon that Springtrap likes to stare at his victims. And I'm not even fucking, like, memeing when I say that. He always is looking at the camera in his FNAF 3 renders on the cameras. It is canon. And that's the silliest thing. Gee, it's almost like I've been practicing my Toy Freddy impression for something I've been working on. I wonder what it could be. Well, I'm actually not working on Toy Freddy specifically. I'm working on basically every FNAF character for like a little video I want to do. That's sort of a expanded voice demo reel. It may or may not. Fuck! I meant to hit C. Exactly. It's kind of ironic that Springtrap is by far the most expressive character. Considering that he's a fucking corpse and a, like, heavily destroyed, rotted suit. But he has by far the most, like, emotion and, like, kind of depth to his, like, everything, honestly. He by far feels like the most, like, I am a character, you're fucking looking at me. It's almost like I made an entire video about Michael, on the topic of whether I think he's a good protagonist. I think he's probably the best part of a lot of the... I would say I wouldn't like Sister Location as much if it wasn't for the context of Michael being the character. I think the context of the misunderstanding is kind of what makes that game work. Like, knowing that he was doing everything willingly, no matter how fucked up that game got. Even if you don't think Michael is that character I proposed, like... You have to admit, at least going through sister location is impressive for a character. Hi, Spring. Hi, Afton. Okay. Hold out until triangles. I prefer Molten Toys to Molten MCI drastically, honestly. It feels more solid. GGY, I'll talk about GGY after this, honestly. That might be my next, like, big rant. Afton's suit in the spring... Is the suit or his body? I think it's a bit of both, to be honest. I think it is basically split between the two. I'm actually doing great on power, to be honest. I didn't even realize that there isn't too much of the night left. And I'm doing really well on power. Like I said, I'll have to talk about fucking GGY. I'm waiting to actually get my... I'm actually pretty much staying neutral on an opinion, to be honest. Until the short story comes out. I really don't want to, like, settle my thoughts on it or make a theory video on it until GGY actually comes out. There's a lot of... The chat's actually going by pretty fast right now, so it's like... Good night. Okay. Oh yeah, I fucking have never agreed... I've never agreed with the idea that any of the FNAF games are too futuristic for like whatever. The idea that any of the FNAF characters or games are too futuristic is just silly to me. Because I'm like, they've never fucking done anything that a kid's animatronic like place could have done. They've never been like that. And we won. Okay. Worst FNAF character? Worst FNAF character. Phantom Chica really doesn't do it for me. She's not really... Her best moment as a character is her fucking, like, weird arcade appearance. That's genuinely uncanny. But her jump scare is average, and her, like, design is pretty mediocre. 2 MCI. There's no arguing it. And let's go into that. I'm gonna actually take off my headphones because I don't want to be distracted by this. Okay. Gregory Villain Arc. Even with what I know of GGY, I don't think we're getting a Gregory Villain Arc, to be honest. I think the entire premise that he's still evil by the events of Security Breach rely on so much unseeded information. And because he can't be still... If Gregory is evil, he can't stay evil by the events of Security Breach. Because otherwise Afton has no reason to try and kill him. If he is on Afton's side during the events of Security Breach, it doesn't make sense. So for GGY to be like his definitive personality or characterization can't be the case. Something we still don't know about happens between them. And that's either explained in the actual release of GGY that the fucking leak didn't explain or cover really well, or something. Because there's something that the leak didn't cover or something that wasn't shown that's giving us a lot of context for what GGY is about. Which is why I haven't talked about it yet. I want to read that story myself because I feel like there's something the leak didn't cover. I'm very light on what I know about. GGY is one of the upcoming short stories that is one of the few ones implied to be actually canon to Security Breach directly. Because like all of the tales have been like very fast and loose with the world of Security Breach. Like this is approaching actual like whatchamacallit? Actual like, nope, this fucking happens. This isn't like a loose Security Breach, this is like actual Security Breach plot. Well, take Glam Mike. I do like. Part of me likes Glam Mike. I just my only issue is that Glamrock Freddy doesn't act like Michael in any way, which is kind of funky. Like, there's no, even in his moments of breaking personality, he doesn't act like Michael. Other thing I saw in chat is multiple MCI. Yes, fundamentally. So in FNAF 1, it is stated that Afton lured 5 kids into the back and killed them there. Because there's nothing else mentioned about the cameras, there's no other implications that they weren't killed in the back room. And this is reinforced heavily by Help Wanted shows it as the kid being lured to the back. And this is even more reinforced by Foxy Go Go Go. And then in FNAF 2, all the kids are scattered around the building, not hidden, not in the back room. It's just a fucking massacre. Which heavily implies it is a separate event. It also is after someone uses a suit, none of the animatronics are working right. Which is very important. That entire premise is extremely interesting, and it heavily implies it's a separate event. Welcome, Bon. Okay, let me read through things. To be honest, because I'm trying to remain as unbiased as possible, I haven't seen a single damn GGY video. Favorite FNAF song? That's a fucking good question. There are a lot of good ones. FNAF has some really good fan music. Oh yeah, exactly. Michael is consistently snarky in like every appearance, which is kind of what's interesting. Oh yeah, I agree. I like the idea that Glamrock Freddy is trying to help someone who looks like the crying child if Mike was in him. And I like that premise, but I just don't like that Glamrock Freddy has no personality connections to Michael, which is a big hint, because Mike has... A lot of people don't give credit to Scott for writing Mike's character. That's why I wanted to make that video, is I wanted to focus on how much personality a lot of his appearances express. Welcome, Destroyer. Pad Cupcake? I have not heard that one. I don't actively like look through FNAF songs to listen to be honest. Fucking... I know I'm going to sound like kind of cliche, but there was something very special to me about It Comes From It. What's the actual... Is it called It Comes From Inside? What the fuck is... Not Lysing Tombstone. Living... This Comes From Inside. That song, if art is something that gives you an emotional like response, that song did it for me in a way that like even Secured Breach itself didn't do. And it's very nostalgia bait. I know that's fucking insane, but that song for some reason covered a lot of the issues that I had like with some of the earlier songs, kind of with Living Tombstone's kind of growth as an artist. Because I think it is. Is it not the same people doing that one? That I guess Living Tombstone is fucking. It's kind of weird to get with those kind of channels. But point is like, meet the one, the only Freddy Fazbear. I'm a little skeptical to. I'm not skeptical. I'm a little hesitant to listen to anything now. On stream after the Great Grievous incident. If you want to get back into like Living Tombstone music, this Comes From Inside is a really good one because it's very much kind of a reimagining of the not a reimagining, but it's very much built on the original fucking FNAF 1 song. No, Scary Witch doesn't really ruin the FNAF tone to me. I feel like it's kind of like FNAF World where it's its own thing. Yeah, I'm going to add the mediocre melodies next. Yeah. So let's get Hippo. Here, pushing back. Or the heater. Yeah, Orville's the weird one of the bunch. I can handle these four. Custom night, I guess I'm just building towards 50-20 mode. I want to at least instigate Void. Yeah, it's just kind of high score stuff. It's nothing special. Because I think I've done... Oh, fuck. Okay, let's get the list back. Okay, what's in chat? I'm just gonna see. Is there anything I missed in chat that I want to talk about? Yeah, no, you don't need the novels at all for the MCI kids. We're literally told them at the end of FNAF 6. Yeah, I will say I do have a big advantage in a lot of my theorizing, because I am very much build my theories around knowing what other people are talking about. I feel like a lot of my theories would be worse if I didn't know. If I wasn't as active in the community, I don't think my theories would work as well as some of them. Because some of these theories I'm genuinely proud of. I agree that having Vanessa unaware she's Vanny would be a really cool thing, where it's like she slowly kind of dawns on her that what's going on. That would be a really cool plot point. It's not what happened, but still. The FNAFers. Okay, I swear Scott's doing it intentionally, because every single Jeremy has had something go wrong with their head by most theory standards. And that can't be fucking unintentional. Because Jeremy slices his own face off in VR, and then Jeremy of the MCI is Withered Bonnie, who fucking loses his face, and then the fucking FNAF 2 theory that Jeremy is the bite victim loses his face. loses his frontal lobe. It's just like, no, Jeremy is safe. All Jeremys are doomed to lose their faces, which is part of the reason I have a running bit on my channel. I have this running bit on my channel where I use, if you've noticed that I use the name Jeremy interchangeably as if I'm referring to all of them, even though I'm not. I use that same fucking Jeremy PNG for every Jeremy. And no one's noticed that. Well, I haven't used it for, like, Kid Jeremy, but that's the only one. That's the only that's the only Jeremy I haven't, like, really used it for. But the two Jeremys, I use them interchangeably. Rockstar Freddy, nah. I want to practice using the heater once I start using Orville. Like, these two go hand in hand. I'm trying to introduce, like, mechanics that overlap, which is why a lot of these guys will be, like, I'll probably add these three in at the same time because they all test the same skills. Fnaf comic Bluey capsules. I've never seen that comic. Oh, let me look that up. Bluey capsules. What the fuck is this? I mean, the art doesn't look terrible. I don't know what I'm looking at, though. This would probably make a lot more sense in context. I don't know what this is. Oh yeah, the fucking paper guillotine shredder thing is probably one of the most graphic descriptions. Glamrock Designs, honestly, I fucking love their designs. They're just not scary. Oh, hey, we got this office. Hey, Springtrap. Fuck me. Yeah, they all kind of... Here's the thing. Rockstar Bonnie is kind of the dumbest fucking character in this game. Yeah. I like Glitchtrap as a concept. I think he is very well executed in VR to the point where I'm sad he's not in Security Breach. That kind of makes it a little bit more sad that he's not there, to me, honestly. The FNAF 1 jump scares, actually, some of them are pretty damn good, and they, like, hold up pretty well. Actually, yeah, the FNAF 1 jump scares do hold up really well. I'm specifically thinking of FNAF 1 Freddy's side jump scare. Not his power-out jump scare, his... Oh, fuck, hold on. I totally fucking forgot about the ducks. Actually, yeah. Everyone fucking, like, shits on Fredbear's design in UCN. He has one of my favorite jump scares, period. uh, like in general, the toys were not reused for the clan rocks. That's never implied in Security Breach, to my knowledge. Like, they fucking might be. But it's never implied. If that is the case. Yeah, Fredbear's jump scares in UCN actually might be one of my favorites. It is such an underrated fucking design. Okay, we gotta listen to phone guy. Thanks. They usually move on to other things. I think we have like everyone in the event clear queued up at the same time. Oh, do they? Oh, that sounds great, phone guy. That sounds like really good advice. I'll have to remember that. I'll remember that. Okay. I'm really excited for FNAF Plus. On the topic of jump scares, I'm really excited to see what Fiznom's going to do for the Plus jump scares. Considering that he is very critical of the main jump scares. Or she, actually, yeah. Fiznom is very... critical of the of a lot of the jump scares, or it's at least in my memory. So I'm very interested to see what they turn out to look like. Yeah, I would take Golden Freddy and Fredbear are probably the same. I feel like it would be kind of weirder at this point for them to, like, here's the thing. As FNAF characters, they're not the same, but as, like, physical suits, I think they are meant to be the same. Loosely. Like, at the very least, I don't think you can really argue, not easily at least, that Golden Freddy is born from the imagery of Fredbear. Okay. Regardless, like, the whole yellow suit idea has to be related to Fredbear. Because there's no reason to make Fredbear yellow if that wasn't the point. Think about it. Like, Scott had the choice of just making Fredbear older Freddy. Like, or just, like, beta Freddy. Did not mean to do that. I'll take the power. Doing fine. And we're about to win. Hooray. Yeah, that's another way to look at it, is that, like... Here's the thing. I feel like Glitch Trap is definitively meant to be Spring Bonnie. I feel like no one can argue that Glitch Trap isn't meant to be a variation of Spring Bonnie. The question is it actually the original Spring Bonnie suit? Is it actually a precursor Spring Bonnie suit predating the Spring Locks? Or what? FNAF movie? I'm excited for it. I think the sign looks like the sign leak is really cool. The gloves are weird to adjust to, but I think they are cool looking, like for the context. Yeah, I feel like Golden Freddy should either be withered all the way through or not. I feel like those are some of the weird decisions. Like, because it doesn't make sense for Golden Freddy to be repaired for FNAF 1 no matter what. That is... Hold on. Ah, damn it, I can't fucking... It is very weird that Golden Freddy exists at all in that context. Look at the head in the minigames or CC stuff in the background. Yeah, that fucking backroom shot is similar. Oh, do you not need to close that door at all? Yeah, and I agree that, like, Scott's played coy with Golden Freddy, but why make Fredbear yellow if that wasn't the intention, to me? I feel like there's no reason for Fredbear to be yellow if he's not meant to be connected to Golden Freddy. Favorite fan games. It's weird. I actually don't play fan games that often, but I really like Super Five Nights at Freddy's. I think that has one of the best stories. I would say Day Shift is another one that has a really good story and is just fucking hilarious in general. Especially by Day Shift 3. Day Shift is just fucking awesome. Is Nightmare implied to be Shadow Freddy? I see that take a lot because they're a shadowy bear creature. Speaking of which, they're going up next. But are they? I also do like, to be honest, I like Yellow Bear as a name for Golden Freddy more than Golden Freddy. I just know I can't use that name. Nightmare is referred to as Shadow Freddy in the files. That's interesting. Okay, never mind then. I didn't know that. Animator's Hell is very interesting, though I would say it doesn't really improve upon a lot of the issues that UCN has. Yeah, I don't see why they're connected, to be honest. The shadows have always been frustrating for me. Like, there's a reason I've barely acknowledged them in theories, because you can kind of just turn... you can kind of use the shadows to explain anything if you really don't give a shit. I prefer Yellow Bear because there's something more ominous about it. The fact that it's unexplained and isn't obviously Freddy is interesting. Like, the idea that this thing is so weird that it just doesn't have a name. Like, that's interesting to me. That idea that it's not Freddy Fazbear. It's just this odd thing. Annoying thing in FNAF as a whole... I think Scott plays a little too coy sometimes. I don't really agree with the Scott should confirm this, and this kind of like logic. But I feel like some clues should have just been blunt. I feel like if there's going to be like a reveal, like, because there's some theories that I can kind of see the rationale before, even though I don't fucking agree at all. Which is brain. There are theories I don't agree with at all, like the Matt Pett's new, or not new, he's been on this for a while, the is Michael actually an Afton theory, which is fucking dumb. Actually, that's originally a treacicle thing. I've never liked a treacicle theory, to be honest. I've never seen a treacicle theory I thought was good, but what that's the side point. He was the first place I ever saw the Mike isn't an Afton in premise. Despite the fact that Michael's audio file is named Mike Afton _3. Oh, which character's most annoying? BB is very intentionally meant to be annoying. I'm like looking at the roster here because it's a good list to go off of. Which character is the most annoying? Phantom Puppet might be it, to be honest. Phantom Puppet is like the most obnoxious thing because it's like you can't even fucking see when they're around. Oh yeah, there's still something going on with the shadows. It's just unclear what the fuck they are. No, yes. What's weird is I do think the shadows were meant to be kind of. Okay, this is something that's. Here's a sneak peek at one of my next videos I'm working on. A bit of a behind the scenes is something very interesting I found in the logbook on the whole Immortal and the Restless premise. This is going to be in Misconceptions Volume 2, which is one of my next videos. Let me find the exact pages on, and I'll try to bring it on screen. Because I have my logbook with me. Fun factoid, for all of Michael's video, I didn't have my logbook on me. Which is why the art in that fucking video sucks whenever it comes to the logbook. And it's like lower quality. Okay, let me find the exact page. Because Michael has a very interesting comment that I kind of stand by as being the definitive explanation for Immortal and the Restless. Where the fuck is it? Is it early? I'm gonna have to go like one page at a time instead of flicking through. Okay, here it is. Can you relate to your current list your favorite characters from movies, books, and television who showed bravery in the face of extreme obstacles? Can you relate your current experiences to their heroic journeys? To this, Mike responds in television, Clara from the Immortal and the Restless, because everything about this place is crazy and no one seems to notice except me. Everyone fucking talks about the baby isn't mine. No one fucking talks about the fact that Michael blatantly said, I relate to Clara because no one fucking believes her about the insanity around her. To me, the what I come to the conclusion to in the conclusion I come to in Misconceptions Volume 2 about that is that basically that Michael, that show isn't a literal parallel to anything. It is a show Michael likes because he relates to the concept of basically being gaslit that nothing's wrong. That is, I shit you not, My conclusion is that Immortal and the Restless is just the idea that fucking Michael's being convinced by, like, everyone in the fucking world around him. I'm dead. That is my actual fucking conclusion I came to because of that line. Because that's the only time Immortal and the Restless has ever been acknowledged again. Oh, I didn't know she got that. Yeah. I didn't know she got that close. That was there. Basically, yeah, I think that all that's about is not even... I don't even think Vlad is necessarily William. Exactly. I think it just represents everyone lying to Mike in his life. Page 80, I'll have to check which one that is. Is that the fucking... Is that the Foxy page? The one where it's like, draw an 8-bit Foxy, and it's like the letter grid with ABC at the top. My guess is it's that one, because that's the weird unexplained one. I'm so glad I managed to click that by sheer luck. Yeah, classic Foxy is not the best Foxy, objectively. I feel like... Okay, so you just go right away as soon as you hear. That's good to know. Oh, fucking, on the topic of good fan games. Brain. My brain needs to register. What was it actually called? Glitch Attraction. I've never played, but it looks really cool. I actually meant to do a Glitch Attraction stream that I never got down to. I kept meaning to do Glitch Attraction, but I never got around to it. Actually, on the topic of the VR games, I noticed that in chat too, real quick. That is another thing I kind of talk about is... on the topic of that's kind of another thing I talk about in the misconceptions video script so far. Which is, my question is, even if the games do exist in the universe, does that decanonize any of them? Because there's so much shit that happens in those games that is completely unexplainable from an indie dev's perspective. Like, you cannot explain so many things with the whole VR explanation. The Ballora wife thing's always been funny to me. I've never really picked a side on it, to be honest. Because on one hand, I actually do kind of see it, but at the same time, I almost kind of don't. I love Helpy. I'm going to have to catch him on chat a bit, because I'm probably going to beat this night. we're pretty much guaranteed to win now. 8, 9, done. Okay, so let me get into what can't be explained by the indie games. So, one of MatPat's, in my opinion, flawed arguments for the whole, like, is Golden Freddy even real premise is the idea that Golden Freddy not appearing in the VR versions of it proves the idea that he isn't real, despite the fact that I think it's the opposite. To me, the lack of Golden Freddy, in my opinion, is what in my opinion is what proves that there are parts of those games that are not part of the indie stuff. The fact that Golden Freddy only exists in those contexts implies those are the real versions of events, and the general gist of shit like the animatronics walk at night and maybe kill the security guard. To me, that's what whatchamacallit, that's what Help Wanted is trying to say. That yes, people know the animatronics moved at night, maybe, or at least the legends existed that they did. People know that. Oh God, this is another one of the memes. Yeah, I know. I know Matt Pender wasn't really like confident, or was like, no, that's probably not what he's getting at. But I thought I'd bring that up anyway, because that's where a lot of people are going with this now. Yeah, Scott also did kind of imply that the indie dev thing was kind of a way to justify a lot of the weird shit, like Nightmare on now kind of being canon and the Jackos. That was another part of it. So to me, all that it means is people are aware of shit like Springtrap. They may not understand the actual context or the mystery behind it, they just know the gist. Because, I mean, think about it. Why wouldn't they know that Springtrap exists? Because he was like the headline thing for the fucking Nightmare attraction, for the attractions. Sorry, I got sidetracked on something on my phone. Like I said, the mini games aren't in the Help Wanted versions. The posters aren't in the Help Wanted versions. Basically, any implications of the MCI aren't in the Help Wanted versions. Literally, just the idea that the characters move around or are supernatural is what's in the Help Wanted versions, which is what implies to me the originals are canon still. Phone Dude? What happens to him, also known as just FNAF 3 phone guy. I think it's just that he doesn't have anything else to say to you. You're on your job. What else do you need to do? I think that's all there is to it. I think he just doesn't have a reason to contact you from then on out. My guess is there was probably something he thought that Scott had for him, but whatever it is, that's just what it is now. I feel like the Shadows are going to be something that's going to be a kind of perpetual mystery. I think they're going to be... I think we'll get more about them, but I don't think they're going to be, like, ever really explained. Scrap Trap? I think he's just flubbed in execution. Oh, fucking page 80 of the logbook. Yes, sorry. Oh, God, I forgot. Page 80. Switching to day shift. Flex your creative muscles by writing a short story on the space below. You can use the starting prompt. I've only been on night shift for about a week, but I was so relieved to switch over to the day shift. There's a lot of stress working 12 a.m. to 6 a.m. My boss told me that the animatronics were acting strangely, almost aggressive towards the staff, but I wasn't about to let that scare me off. After work, I found something unsettling that something followed me home. Yeah, that is page 80. That's interesting, but this is one of those pages that would help me believe that this is being produced by the Fazbear Frights Company, based on the legends. But is there any faded text I'm missing here? No. Just an off-model Freddy. I'm not sure about that one, to be honest. Like, I don't like depositing theories when I don't have a good explanation for them. To me, that's just another one of Fazbear's weird fucking prompts. There's a lot of shit like that in that book where it's just, like, weirdly ominous, relatively. Okay, I think we got it. Okay, I got it. Got it under control now. A lot of UCN is just about controlling the madness for a moment. I think it's going to be Nightmare on that makes it really hard. Okay. It's now getting to the point where I couldn't really read chat if I wanted. I do wonder if Phone Guy possesses someone, because that's the thing is, we don't know how many characters the MCI kids have killed over the years, or how many guards and stuff. Because they've killed at least Phone Guy, and we know they didn't stop with him, because they try to kill Mike in FNAF 1. Right. Phone Guy possesses the fan. It is the deadliest character. Okay, there's a lot of shit I need to read. I'm just like glancing over chat and it's a lot of stuff. Fuck, that's not what I want to do! I got so fucking lucky somehow there. It's a miracle that I'm alive. The fucking ad popped up right as I went for it. I had it. Metal though, watch the fingers. Burn Trap's existence. I kind of agree. The theory that Glitch Trap is just basically just Afton stuffed back into his body. Not literally stuffed, but just like the virus brought back to his original body, or whatever it could be salvaged or remains. So there's something organic fucking going on there. Though I don't think he was in his body anymore. To be honest, here's the fucking thing with the Cassie Princess thing in retrospect. I kind of regret talking about it at all. The princess doesn't fucking matter. And let me explain why. Gregory's the one playing the damn game anyway. So, it's not even like a Cassie's trying to undo Vanessa's control or whatever. It's clearly Vanessa's life it's going through, but Gregory's the princess. And that's fucking dumb. But that's what we're objectively shown. Gregory's the one playing the arcade cabinet. And I know that's stupid, as it invalidates so many plot threads that could be of oh, why is it named Cassie then? It doesn't fucking matter. It's Vanessa's life that you're going through and undoing, basically. And you're playing as fucking Gregory. The princess is just a princess. Exactly, like Burn Trap has the glowing purple eyes, just like Freddy does when he's possessed by Afton. He copied him. Golden double phone. You got the golden double phone. You win. I fucking. Which character contributes the least to the story? The least? Fucking, It's actually... I feel like a lot of stuff like Original Music Man and Funtime Chica are kind of like... And El Chip kind of don't do anything lore-wise. They're just kind of there. I don't agree that you're suddenly casting Old Man Consequences, honestly. To be honest, I feel like you're... Firstly, I'm not even sure Old Man Consequences is like a literal thing or a character. That's like one of the strangest assumptions I've seen, is that that minigame has to happen... Because that's kind of what I was talking about a lot in my FNAF World theory. Is not only is there clearly some importance of FNAF World still, because Old Man Consequences is still around. So not only is there something still going on with FNAF World that hasn't, that like, up until UCN was important. Fuck you. Just not... I could be dead now. I have no idea who it is. I could be killed by anything at any moment. Hi, Afton. Exactly, like, FNAF World is so much like this otherworldly thing buried at, like, the depths of existence that I'm like, does Old Man Consequences even need to be, like, an actual fucking person? What if it's just this weird thing that exists? Exactly. What if, like, even the fucking, like, manifestation kind of theories work for him, because it's like, because like, what is he like? It does. I'm not even sure it matters. I feel like, though, if I were to pick a character you're playing as there, it would be Mike, because he's like one of the only spirits that would have a choice between moving on, honestly. Ned Bear? Ned Bear? Ned Bear? Okay, let me explain why it's not Cassidy. Because we can actually rule out the Vengeful Spirit as being in Old Man Consequences minigame. Because specifically, Old Man Consequences says, leave the demon to his demons, which implies we are not that demon. Dead Bear? I don't even know where the fuck he came from. Who was added? Okay, let's redo the list. How the fuck did Ned Bear kill me? Holy shit! A 4, 5. Kyla. I can't. Kayla. You donated $5. I'm not gonna fuck this up. Shoulder. That's the first donation on this channel. Period. Can I get like a clip of that? Hold on. That needs to be clipped. If that's possible. I'm not fucking I don't. How the fuck do you clip? No. Ignore the last name. Okay, that is the first ever donation on this channel. Oh, okay. That is a big deal for me, actually. Oh, Orville. No, hold on. Not you. Ned Bear? You never know when Ned Bear's going to appear. She must have added someone like like Plush Trap, and I just didn't die in time because there was no one new in the roster. Which is interesting. I think Deskman's kind of an abstract Scott representation. Oh yeah, okay, I'll need to clip that if I can. I don't. Here's the thing: I'm terrible at YouTube. Can I like? Fuck. Oh, okay. I'll just do. I'll do that. I will subscribe to Kayla's channel, so I remember to like clip that or comb through that clip. To find the Ned Bear clip. Okay, Jacko Chica, Nightmares. Okay, let's get everyone going. Fucking Ned Bear. Chat Bear. Baby's design is fine. I feel like I like other designs better. She does kind of have like this awkward kind of like freakishness to her, I will say. It's kind of interesting. Like, she looks like a corporate over-designed attempt at a character, which is what I think Scott was going for. To me, that's kind of what all of the William-associated characters kind of represent. What the fuck? Person who watches these videos. Okay. I'm gonna have to clip this now as... I'm gonna have to expand that clip now. I'm number 2. Not as important, so here's some money. What the fuck? Donation number 2. This one. Okay, that's getting clipped. First 2 donations ever on this channel. Double your money! That's better than Vegas! Old Man Consequences. Yeah, I stand by anything. Old Man Consequences. If I were to make a narrative at it, kind of like what Game Theory's doing, I'll pin Old Man Consequences as Henry and Michael as Freddy in that context. If I like had to do it and I was held at gunpoint, like, fuck you. You have to explain Old Man Consequences. Then I do it that way. Fuck you. New challenger. I still can't believe I got 2 donations. That's fucking legendary for the channel. What door states am I at? Okay, good thing I didn't have anything to check. Can D-Day show up twice? I've never seen that, but I can totally see it being like a just... I figure out who showed up. Hi. What the fuck? I have been streaming for like 5 years, and this is the first ever stream I've gotten donations on. So we have donation number 3 from Celtic Guardian 1020. Celtic Guardian attacks and fucking donate. Oh, let me retry that. Celtic Guardian attacks in attack position to donate and shit. Like fucking $5. Like, I don't know, it's like a pack of Yu-Gi-Oh cards. A Wombo combo. Is it just like turtle catapult cannon? What the fuck is the name of the one in... like the thing you used for a while? $1 trillion for beating 50-20 mode, try 1. We'll get there. It's not gonna happen. $14.98 on the stream. The growth was exponential. It just takes one brave soul to donate. And apparently it all happens from there. I kind of wish I could do a channel points thing, to be honest. I wonder if I can do that, actually. Oh! Pig. Oh. Time to learn if the bears kill you. Oh, they don't. You can just fucking leave them. That's good to know. That was a very informative fuck-up. Fuck. I meant mask. Time for a hot tub stream? I summoned myself in an attack position. I attacked your stream directly with $4.99. What are you going to do now, Kaiba? To be honest, I can't even do a fucking Kaiba voice. Surplus. Stream Ultimate Custom Night Suits. $2 from Surplus, you know, that's enough. What the fuck's happening? I'm being held at gunpoint via donations. Okay, I will download Ultra Custom Night actually in the background. In the meantime, we're gonna set this as the new. Ultra Custom Night. I'll just... Jesus, this is 1 gigabyte? Wow. For a fucking Fnaf game, that's pretty big. Ah! What the fuck? These are bigger jump scares than anything in the actual street game. Freddy's attacked by Nightmare Freddy. Never had patience to learn this game. It's always fun to watch. Thank you for watching. The hell. Here's $5 more. The total is $21.99 so far. $21.98 specifically. First stream with donations, now there's 5. What the hell? I'm gonna have to make like an edited bot of this one now. How's my Funtime Foxy impression? I need to like work on. I need to find the range for that one. Showtimes are on the hour. Not a moment more, not a moment later. Take the money. No. Oh. Well, yes, actually, that's very convenient because it helps. It means I can work more and more towards actually doing YouTube as a career, potentially. You watch the worst video ever on stream. What the fuck is the worst? What is the worst theory video ever? I'm going to watch that no matter what now. I don't need to be paid for that one. I mean, I'll take the money. But what the fuck is the worst theory video? I need a name for this. Fnaf impressions? You blinked. That's kind of the litter for... I have my normal Freddy voice, which is like, now would be a good time to hold your breath. That's just my normal Freddy voice. Hey, Bon Bon, go get him! And that's 10K if you can do. Here's the thing. I know I'm not getting 10K for this, but if we're doing Mr. Hippo, we're doing Mr. Hippo. The worst theory video I've seen. Yeah, any other fans? Oh, I know what the worst theory is. I know what the worst theory is. This is... Where the fuck? Where is it? No, I know this was real. I did not fucking hallucinate this video existing. Is this in... Where... What the fuck? There is a video, I swear. Does anyone in chat? Hello, Corbytron. Welcome. Hello. Okay, here's the thing. I think we had a bit that I wouldn't do for German Funtime Freddy. The first FNAF game theory is pretty bad, but there's some cool ideas in it. Like the purgatory theory is pretty cool. I actually have been working on the membership shit to be in the background. When someone claimed the puppet was the mom of Day, I would say that's more like a fan thing. Old FNAF theories, honestly, the Henry is the Night Guard in FNAF 3 and the MCI play and was framed for the MCI still works fine. It's not amazing. I'm trying to fucking find the Treesicle video. I'm like looking through all of them. This is probably a joke video. Okay, what the fuck?
Find out the identity of Five Nights at Freddy's real villain in the story. Showing Five Nights at Freddy twice the dick. Is that the finally the cure for the identity?
Okay, that's just generic FNAF theory. No, okay. I swear there is this one video. Fucking, I'm going crazy. I swear Treesicle had a video that he was like, is Mike actually an Afton? That's not what he sounds like, but... Okay. If this video doesn't exist and I'm Mandela affecting it, this gameplay is keeping me on edge. See, yeah, Mr. Hippo never attacked me. Okay, hold the fuck on. There's something else I need to look up now, if I can find it. It's not an Afton game theory. Fucking hold on. Where? There is... Okay, no, that's the theory that fucking went against it. There is this one game theory, which I thought was a Treesicle episode, but now I'm like, what the fuck? It was just the theory that Michael isn't an Afton. Can anyone find this video? No, don't. If you're actually in danger of running out of money, don't worry about it. Please don't. Is it removed? Yeah, I know. I know fucking Mike had to do... Or Map had definitely did a video about Mike being an Emily. I'm trying to fucking find its existence, basically. Emily Fnaf game theory. Let me look through the transcript, which is a feature no one... I actually use a lot when I'm looking through like old game theories or clips or references. The transcript's actually very useful. Emily. Mike. All right. I do have a runner-up bad theory. I'm taking food. Okay. Sorry, I'm going crazy. Mr. Hippo never killed me. Let me try to get Mr. Hippo to kill me again while I look through chat. Top 10 channels are not good for FNAF, yeah. No. Oh, it's the one where he goes over Midnight Motors. That is it. Yeah, that's like the other thing he's talking about. No, this is like the good. This one's a good one. Fuck, where is it? Ah! Where is the video? I know this happened. It was real. Mike Emily theory is real. It happened at some point. I know it fucking existed. Whatever happened to the theory about Balloon Boy? Theory that about the balloon kid. I don't know. Mike Victim is another bad one. That one's also dumb because it's not early implied. Okay. Hippo, get fucking... Please, someone... Please, someone help me find this video. I know it fucking existed. I know it's real. It happened somewhere. I'm going crazy. Oh yeah, the fucking Fiznom book stream, that one. Yes, Mr. Hippo. Alternate title: Tire Squawk's getting gaslit by YouTuber 3 hours. Well, I'm gonna look for it while Mr. Hippo talks. I'm gonna... I think I found it.
I couldn't imagine someone asking me to eat a sandwich with my feet. Now, if I recall correctly, there was a bakery nearby.
I think I found
I said
it.
to him, Orville, let me go get you some rye bread. Now, I'm unsure if elephants enjoy rye bread, but I assure you that Orville does. Now, this was on a Tuesday, which was good because rye bread was always fresh on Tuesday. They made sourdough bread on Monday and threw
Yeah,
it on Wednesday.
I found it, I think.
Or rather, they sold it at a discount for people wanting to feed the ducks, and then probably at the end of the day, finally, they threw it all out.
I'll show it
I
after
don't
this.
recall. I do remember a man who would bring his son to the bakery every Wednesday and then go feed the ducks. He would buy all of the sourdough bread. Of course, you're not supposed to feed the ducks sourdough bread at all. It swells up in their stomach, and then they all die. At least that's what I've heard. I never saw any ducks die myself, but I did notice a substantial decrease in the duck population over the course of a few years. I just never thought to stop the man and tell him that he was killing the ducks by feeding them sourdough bread. And if you want my opinion on the matter, and I told Orville this as well, if you want to feed ducks, or birds, or any kind for that matter, it's best to buy seed. I mean, when you think about it, breads of any sort don't occur in nature. They don't grow on trees or spring up from the bushes. I don't think birds know what to do with bread. What was I saying? Oh, yes. So I bought Orville some rye bread. What a fine day it was.
Why are they different endos? I think it's literally just the endo 01s are the original endos they just grabbed from the back and put them in, and that the endos 02. A theory about FNAF World being canon. Pretty garbage, right? Yeah, I still like that one. Okay. I found it. I found the game theory. That I'm looking for. Okay, so now we have proved it exists. Let me ask a question. Should we watch the entire theory, or like at least fast version of it? To kind of act as a break for UCN. That is a poll running now. Mr. Hippo is the true villain. Worst part of the FNAF community? Yeah, I think there are a lot of problems where a lot of people want to label X thing as toxic to kind of just bypass actually talking about it. Something that's actually personally annoyed me as just like very petty shit I've seen in the comments where it's like, there never was lore, guys. Scott's just been making everything up as he goes and has no plan. You guys are over-analyzing it. And I'm just like, shut the fuck up. I didn't realize what I wrote. I didn't read what I wrote. I just wrote... Hold on. Let me... should the theory... I didn't read what I wrote. I meant... Should the theory... The theory should not... Should... Fuck, what was I saying? Sorry, I got so distracted. Should the theory... Yes, the theory should. No, I meant should we watch the theory? Whoops. Should the theory... brain. I love that people... Okay, the most annoying thing... yeah, I have found it. The Monster We Missed is the name of it, the one I'm thinking of. And the answer is apparently yes. Brain. I think I think there is some level of Scott developing the story as he went on, but I don't think it's a situation where like literally everything is just abstract nonsense. There are too many things that are too consistent and happen too regularly for it to be like, oh man, there's nothing going on here. You're all fucking idiots. Which is like how it's always presented. I've never seen one of those comments that isn't like dismissive and like makes me or whoever's like likes the game theories or FNAF theories seem dumber. Like it's very much a high and mighty shit. Is how it always comes across. It's like, I'm better than you because I know it's all bullshit. And it's like, fucking, even if it was bullshit, then it's fucking like Pixar theory where it's you're making your own fun. To be honest, I don't know how to... I've been streaming like off and on for years. I have never really figured out how to display chat. You know what? Fuck it. I'm going to figure that out. Let me look this up. This is important to me. Streamlabs. Can I... Is this just like a thing I can add? Is this just a source that I've... Fuck, is this not... Hold on, I'm gonna figure this out. Hold. Discuss... Wait, is this... What the fuck is this? Is this like... Okay. Let's stream. Sans is... Okay, Gregory is a robot, like, is hard to debunk relative. Is harder to debunk, I should say, not hard to. And has a genuine chance of being canon, even though I don't agree with it. And Sans' Nest was like... It's, once again, it's not correct, but it's... Most of that theory isn't terrible. It's specifically the Sans' Nest part that's awful. Once again, it's not correct, but it's like the actual connections and rationale aren't as bad as people make that theory out. I don't know. Why the fuck Streamlabs is freaking out. I got some extra... What the... You don't have to, like, scrounge up money to give it to me. Person who watches videos. You don't need to do that. What if Sans was actually Purple Guy? Oh my god. It all makes sense now. I think I broke Streamlabs. Exactly. It's one of those... Gregory's a robot's like one of the examples of like... Okay, Streamlabs is now stuck in limbo. For demonstration, this is what I'm looking at right now. I love perpetual motion. I'm stuck in limbo forever. Okay. I guess no chat overlay for me today. Anyway, in the meantime, let's watch... You could actually see if I bring it on stream real quick. Here, let me bring up the chat in another window. This is the one I was thinking of. There are other bad theories. This one is like F tier. Let me make sure. Oh, I can't. Let me make sure this is showing up on screen. Okay, good. Okay, you guys can see it. We're gonna watch a game theory. Oh, let me end the poll. Yeah, I don't agree with the Gregory is a robot because I feel it's unnecessary storytelling wise and just isn't good for the narrative. Anyway, hold the fuck on. I just realized the highlighter's messed up here. Wait, is this? No, okay, there was something fucked up on screen. I think I was on, like, VR mode. Oh, yeah, let me... Oh, wait, I can't fix the audio because YouTube... Okay. We're now... Here. Let's try...
Well, right there. Clear as crystal. For years, I've been trying to piece together the story of these games, right? But one thing has always served as a major sticking point, and that thing has been these books. Now, admittedly, these books entered the series at a tough time. Fnaf 4 had released a few months prior, the game that, to this day, serves as the single biggest point of frustration for anyone trying to piece together the lore. Scott always trolls us.
How does that turn out? I'm going to pause the video to ask about how the volume. No, you don't understand. This is what Streamlabs looks to me right now. I can't fix Streamlabs. I can't fix Streamlabs right now. It's like this.
See also the repeated use of the name Jeremy. But this one game was just too much. It was a game that played with so many different ideas. It played with dreams and dates and bites and balloon boys and new characters and new toys, kids that looked like established characters. I mean, what was real, what wasn't, no one had any idea.
And is that Mysterio? Okay, that's a good one. Behold. I mean, Security Breach wasn't out when this came out, so to be fair, that wasn't the most confusing game at the time. Yeah, I do agree that FNAF 4 was confusing. I will
Still to this day, we are at a loss about what this game means for the entire franchise as a whole. And then, shortly after that, FNAF World would enter the picture, and well, we all know how well that one went.
Fucking low blow.
So, needless to say, it was a sensitive time for the series, and sandwiched in between it all was the Silver Eyes, the start of the novels, a story set in the FNAF universe, but not really.
I like how he says start of the novels and they show up every book that existed at this point.
Question mark? Scott Cawthon, when the books first came out, tried to make it clear what role these played in the greater story, but I don't know if it helped things. Here's his quote. "The truth is that after a while, lore can become so dense that there isn't any room for a story anymore. Another truth..."
This is already fucking weird.
"Is that what makes for a good game doesn't necessarily make for a good book. Sometimes a timeline gets so full that the only way to tell a real story is have that story set in a different timeline, an alternate universe, a different location, or perhaps from a vantage point that isn't entirely what it appears to be." It's an interesting quote. True to Scott's style, it doesn't give anything away. I mean, everyone immediately latched onto this idea that the books were somehow a separate and alternate universe, but...
Because that's what he fucking said. I don't understand how Maphead's ever denied that they're set in their own world and their own thing. Yeah, I increased the speed slightly because we're going to be here all day because I'm going to be pausing forever, and this is still...
You come back and read that quote again, like I just did here for the first time in years.
This is a 20-minute video,
this
and
script.
I'm pausing
It's
like
actually only one of the possibilities that he raised. In fact, now that all three of the books have come out and completed the main story arc, we actually know what they really were. It was that last thing, a vantage point that wasn't entirely what it appeared to be. Now, spoiler alert for the books, but...
That is a bad take, in my opinion. That is not what you should take away from the books. To me, the books are just an alternate universe that may have similarities every now and then, but shouldn't be used as a fucking puzzle thing.
basically, at the end of this one, the grand finale, Fourth Closet, it's
They all
revealed that
do
our
the
main
Wendigoon
character
video,
Charlie is an
the Wendigoon
animatronic
timeline.
recreation
It's
of
been
a
on my
dead
mind
girl.
for a
That
bit.
the brilliant roboticist Henry, co-founder of Freddy's, had a daughter named Charlotte who was kidnapped and killed by his partner William Afton at the age of 3, and that out of his grief, he rebuilt her, and that the character that we've been following for all 3 of these books isn't actually a human being, but just a glorified animatronic that grows older with time. Now, it sounds really weird, but here, let me explain. So, the 4 closets, what that's in reference to, basically, Henry created 4 versions of that robot, each one meant to simulate a different life stage that she would never get to experience. Toddler, tween, teen, adult, thus allowing this robot child to grow up over time, infusing each one of those.
I think it is just explaining a bit of William and Henry's personalities a little bit.
Robots with fabricated memories of a childhood he created using a camera and tripod. And if you think that sounds weird, then you haven't finished reading this book, my friends, because this book jumps so many sharks. But that is nothing compared to what this book does to the animatronic Baby that we all know and love. Baby, you know, the
Baby's just a different fucking character in the Silver Eyes trilogy. She's not the same Baby as in, like, she may technically be the same one. But, like, as a character in a narrative, she's a different character.
Girl. Well, in the books, she's actually the perfect 4th adult version of Charlotte.
She's not the perfect one. She's the unfinished one. That's borderline lying, Pat.
But she's also the robot that still, like we see in the games, devours William Afton's daughter Elizabeth and then goes on to get possessed by her. So this one robot is simultaneously Elizabeth's soul inside of Charlie's adult body, but in addition to dancing and singing and extruding out ice cream, she also has the ability to switch between looking like a passable human, so much so that a character in here actually gets aroused by her. No joke. And also expanding somehow into a giant clown-shaped robot, the one that we all know and love. She does this by using a combination of needles with little balls on the end, as well as sound illusion discs. I mean, how ridiculous is this, right? It's a good thing nothing that stupid appears in the games.
I mean, yeah, he's not wrong. She does have those weird little spikes, but I feel like that's more taking advantage of Baby's design to tell a cool story than actually implying that she has that as a feature.
Yep, they're in the games, aren't they? They are, actually. If you look at Baby's design as it's presented in the games, you see exactly what this book is talking about. The needles with the little balls on the end, and yeah, even the weirdo sound illusion discs. You might see where I'm going
never
with
see
this,
that on Baby.
right? Well, many hardcore fans want to dismiss the books and treat them as a separate entity, wall them off entirely from what's going on in the games.
Like Scott said they were? Like Scott fucking said they were? Because I trust Scott's Steam posts more than I trust the Ultimate Guide's weird ramblings every now and then. Because the Ultimate Guide's fine, but I would say if Scott says something, it's more important than what the guide says. And if Scott says it's not meant to fit with the games like a puzzle piece, then it's not meant to fit.
You just can't. This book right here, Silver Eyes, is what allowed me to know that Purple Guy's name was going to be revealed as William Afton before Sister Location actually revealed that to be the case.
Those aren't the design choices we were curious about, Mr. Afton.
I mean, yeah, but like...
Nailed it already!
Except
These are
this
the
is
things
what
that can...
set him down on the wrong path about, like, William being the player character, because technically that wasn't revealed in the game. That it's lightly implied, but the reveal is that they're wrong. So if Matt Pat had waited, I would feel like if Matt Pat had waited and rather than trying to use the books to shortcut things, we wouldn't have had that.
Confirmed that Susie and Frisk were missing children's incident victims before it appeared in
Or
Fnaf
not
6.
the
The
same.
Fourth Closet explained what Candy Cadet stories were all about. 5 animatronics, 5 souls, all melted down into one entity. But because my theory is based on books,
FBI apparently too, which is the other fucking dumb thing about this video. You guys wanted me to pick the worst game theory or worst FNAF theory. This is up there.
Core community members, I backed off of using them. But here we are now, me sitting on the couch reading this, the Freddy Files Updated Edition, which, in addition to including...
It's not even the Ultimate Guide. It's like the worst one.
More fan art than a
It's the
typical
one that's
game
not
theory
as good.
episode. Also has that quote that I mentioned from earlier. Here on page 222, second to last page in the book, thoughtful fans might want to give these sections about Henry and William a closer look to determine how they impact the story of the games as well. It's no denying it now, friends. These things, right over here, these 3, they're important. They are here to stay. So, for today's theory, I
Yeah,
threw
you
away
picked the
everything.
second
All our
least
assumptions,
reliable
all the
book we've
things
ever
that I
had
thought we had
produced.
solved
Or
from
maybe
the
the
games.
third.
And I took a fresh, clean look at
To
this
back
franchise,
up your
this
claims,
time
great
starting
evidence,
from the
Matt.
perspective of the books.
I like game theory. This is just a bad one. I don't think the evidence is good. It's visually pretty standard. Whereas even like some of the... Here's the thing. A lot of the recent actual theory videos have actually been pretty cool visually. There's a lot of unique original assets in that. Whereas this one is a lot of the shit I do, which is just kind of the images on screen for the most part.
And that
Like,
brought
we don't
me
get a lot of
down
unique
an
stuff in this
insane
one.
thought train. Now, I don't necessarily think that today's theory is right. I definitely think that there are plenty of holes in it. But I also...
Why make this? Sorry, this is a separate rant I want to go on. Why make a theory video if you really don't believe it at all? That is my issue with this video. Why even start production if you're like, this theory's wrong? Don't fucking do that. I like game theory. I want to make sure that this is clear. Why I dislike this video is because there are so many better game theories. They don't release them weekly. They have so much other shit they talk about. There was like a several month hiatus. I'm sorry, but like, I understand they have to make game theories and they have to make FNAF theories fairly frequently. But like, here, let me find, there was actually a good chunk of time, 3 months. And then yeah, there was a full 3 month gaps between theories. Exactly. Why make a 23-minute video if you don't believe it? Yeah, he makes tons of videos every week, but they're not all on FNAF. FNAF is like a couple times a month thing at most, typically. We're in kind of a unique era at this point because he's doing like... these were kind of like the lead up to this. Like that was kind of his prototype for it. Yeah, I mean, exactly. You have to do a theory a week in FNAF for a game theory, but, like, why this one? Yeah, exactly. That's the other reason I'm not that upset about the first Sonic theory, because it is a bad episode, but it's not terrible. Like, the math's weird. I don't agree with it, because, I mean... I don't agree with how he sampled and, like, picked things to set up for, like, the tests. I think they were all weird tests to make. And I think that first theory is at its best, or that first Sonic is slow theory, which is not the first theory in general, just the first time he did Sonic was Sonic is slow. And that theory, I think it's at its best when it's talking about, like, Sonic may not be as fast as we think in general. But I think it's at its worst when it's trying to prove it with weird fucking experiments that don't make sense.
don't think it's out of the realm of possibility for the story that Scott is trying to tell. It's a theory that's worth chewing on, because it simultaneously overturns a lot of the assumptions that we've made.
Oops, all Elizabeth. I love that that's the coin term. I was pretty transparent on it. I think it's the least likely interpretation of the Vanny sisters and all that. I feel like if Vanny is a robot, or there's the Vanny sister premise, it's Oops, all Elizabeth still doesn't work. Even if, like I said, even if Vanny is a robot, even if they're sister, like two models of the robots, I feel like at this point it's basically confirmed that it's wrong. Like, especially since 46 is now somewhat implied to be Gregory from GGY, I don't think it's... If that is the conclusion, which I still want to read it myself. I don't want to say that too many times. But I feel like it's just not a good theory either, but it feels more possible. I think this was
about
in
the
a
series,
drought
while
of
also filling
theories
in a
not
lot of
being
logical
made, but I
holes in
still
the
think
timeline
it's
of
not
events.
a good one to
This is a big one, and I'm curious to get your thoughts on it. Big like what we missed in FNAF 4, kind of big. Here's my theory for you today. Mustard Man. You know, orange guy from FNAF 6? I'm gonna say he's Henry, original creator of the animatronics, co-owner of Fredbear's Family Diner. That would make this Henry's house. In turn, that would thereby make FNAF 4
right all
his
along.
house as well.
What was the-
And
What was that one?
If that's his house, then this is Henry's son, and this is Henry's other son. That's right, crying child isn't any member of the Afton family. He is Henry's son. And then that would make this and this Henry's daughter. And therefore, this then would be Henry's daughter's empty room. Now, hold on. I am sure there are plenty of you hardcore FNAFers out there who are ready to tear this huge list apart. This is clearly the Afton household. We have established this time and time again since the release of Sister Location, but stay with me. Sit back, relax. Who am I kidding? Pull out your pen and paper, start taking notes for your angry rage comment down below. This is a FNAF theory unlike anything we've ever talked about, so...
Let's just jump into it.
So I already told you the big reveal at the end of the fourth closet, that our protagonist
Yeah,
Charlie is a
that's
robot
my other
built
issue
in
with
the
like
image.
a lot of the Robot Kid variant theories. Kind of just bullshit their way through things to solve questions without really making sense with the solving. Like, the biggest thing I wanted to do with my security breach theories was play by the rules set up by Help Wanted first and foremost. Because that's the thing is, the Robot Kid denial doesn't play by the rules of Help Wanted by very much. It doesn't play by the possession rules. It doesn't treat Jeremy as he exists. It kind of ignores his existence. Like, even if it's acknowledged in the game theory episodes, it doesn't explain why he was there in the story, for example. Yeah, there are a lot of weird things. Sonic is Slow, we could go into it another time. I might go through that at some point, but I'm going to try and stick to this video so we can get done with it.
Of Henry's dead daughter. But there is one last twist here. On the very last page of the book, we go to visit Charlie's grave. The real Charlie, the child who was kidnapped and killed at an early age. It's a grave that ends up high on a hill under a lone tree, similar to a very familiar scene that we see in the games at the end of FNAF 6, the gravestone ending. And on it, we're told the following words were etched into the stone. Beloved daughter, Charlotte Emily, 1980 to 1983. First off, her last name is Emily? I mean, there's no other name written here, so that isn't her middle name. So Henry's last name is Emily? We're talking about the Emily family household? It's just weird. I mean, this is a book series filled with animatronics that are possessed by human children and metallic soul glue.
Here, let me try and figure out where was this? August 6th, 2019. August 6th, 2019. What was out? I think this was the start of Frights. Help Wanted. 2019. August to... Wait, was FNAF AR... Was Help Wanted out? I hate having to use Edge for my separate... May 28th. Oh, no, this was after. He had all of Help Wanted to talk about? I mean, I guess maybe... Yeah, I guess this is part of the drought, so it's not the... Why is this a Help Wanted theory? He doesn't talk about Help Wanted. Why is this a Help Wanted theory? Anyway.
But Emily as your last name? That has to be the single largest stretch of imagination out there. And no offense to anyone with Emily as their actual last name. I know it's a real thing. I'm just over-exaggerating my rage for comedic effect. But the important thing here is the date, right? Born in 1980, died in 1983. 83. Should sound familiar, right? Well, why does it matter?
I hate that
FNAF
this is
4.
the entire
FNAF 4,
FPS.
a game that ends with someone getting themselves bitten, is not depicting the bite of 87 like we all assumed when we first saw that scene, but instead is a game that is set in the year 1983. It frustrated everyone. I mean, why would you choose to do that, Scott? It made no sense for the story that we had become familiar with by that point in the series.
Here's why he did it. Because there is a good answer for this. Scott wanted Fredbear to be the one who did the bite, but Fredbear didn't exist according to FNAF 2. So either he had the choice of retconning FNAF 2's timeline place, or just making the new game prior. So I feel like he picked a bitter choice there. It's like, do I make this an old game, or do I make this, or do I retcon an old game? Or do I make this a game in the past, or do I retcon an old game? And I think he picked 1983 and just decided to be fucking confusing.
Series. It made no sense until today. We know that the gravestone is real. We know that Henry truly has a daughter who dies and goes on to become the puppet in the games. So what if
I will say he does ignore the fact that Charlie is clearly older in the games than she is in the books, but whatever.
death took place in 1983
That is not a fucking 3-year-old.
on to become the puppet in the games. So what if that death took place in 1983 like we see in the book? Opens up a lot of possibilities. You see, the other thing that never quite gets explained is this empty girls' room that we're allowed to explore
agree
throughout
this
FNAF
isn't really
4's
explained
minigame.
properly.
Clearly, there's a reason it's here, but
I don't
we never get a
agree with
clue
where
as
he's
to
going
why
with it,
or who that room could belong to. This, in turn, led all us FNAF theorists to speculate wildly about the owner of this room. Anyone with two...
I think Mangle is just their fucking dream theory. I think there is no other explanation. I think dream theory was, like, the plan for a while.
X chromosomes was up for debate. This pigtail girl, and that was it. Honestly, because she was literally the only girl that was introduced into the series at this point. Later, when Sister Location came out, we got ourselves a second girl, and everyone celebrated. It was Afton's daughter, Elizabeth, so that room had to be hers, right? I mean, the game was even alluding to it being hers because it was the Sister Location. But let's stop for a minute and question all of those assumptions, because that's what they are, really. There's not a whole lot of proof here. What if that girl's room in FNAF 4 belonged to Charlie? Charlotte, Henry's daughter, who dies in 1983. I mean, the room is empty, after all. And we're not seeing a whole heck of a lot of girls wandering around the playground area. And the year...
I like how he... Clearly the editor figured this out and that Matt didn't.
room is
Let's
empty,
replay this
after
clip
all.
real quick.
And we're not seeing a whole heck of a lot of girls
MatPat said there was only one girl in FNAF 4, ignoring this character.
wandering around the playground area. And the year certainly matches the year of the disappearance and death from the books. Could that girl's room in FNAF 4 actually be Charlotte Emily's room?
I mean, here's one of the issues with this. There's a lot of flower imagery in not this exact same flower, but a lot of flower imagery in let me this is just the first result on, I guess, Bing, because there's a lot of flower imagery in Social Locations cutscene. Oh, it was a UCN stream. This is
Could
something
this
that
whole house
was brought
from
up by
FNAF 4
chat. Technically
actually
a
be
super
the
chat
Henry
thing, so.
Emily household? Consider this. In
Or
the
a
second
chat
novel,
donation.
the Twisted Ones, a climactic final battle happens in an underground animatronic facility. Sounds a bit like our sister location. When our heroes emerge to the surface, they find themselves in the ruins of a familiar house. Here's the quote. "Don't you see where we are?" Charlie whispered. "John, it's my dad's house. It's the room we found." The underground facility isn't under William Afton's house. Instead, in the books, it's hidden under Henry's house. And now, what do we see in the games? A hidden facility buried directly under the FNAF 4 house. A house that we've been assuming up until this point to be Afton's house. But it's starting to look more and more like it might be Henry's. And that's not...
I just don't agree with that take, because it's like, what the fuck's the entire point of, whoa, Mr. Afton, these are weird design decisions.
At all. Let's take a minute to flash back to FNAF 6, shall we? Now,
Yeah, I do think it
overall,
was
I feel
making
like we've done a
more
pretty
searchable,
darn good job of wrapping up this game's loose ends.
This has
We
nothing
know
to do with
all the
Alpha
names
War.
on the different gravestones. We know what Candy Cadet is rambling on about. We know that Fruity Maze girl here is Susie, who gets lured away and stuffed into Chica. Heck, we even know that the game itself, this building, could be the potential box where the pieces all come together and eventually get burned away. But the one thing that we don't know is the answer to Midnight Motorist, a minigame that, true to form, was the one moment in every FNAF game where everyone collectively looks at the screen and then slams their head on the desk. What? There's an orange guy now? Who the heck is the kid? Where did he go? Why is his window broken? Why are there footprints outside of the window? What is going on? I mean, we have smoothed over so much of this franchise, and I feel so confident about so much of this lore, and that game, that one little mini game is the one that just like...
Always. I wonder what the explanation could be. Anyway.
niggles the back of my mind. If I could ask Scott Cawthon one thing about this entire franchise, This is the one that I want him to explain. No joke, I don't care about anything else. This is the one that I feel so befuddled on, why I'm so determined to solve it, and why I'm doing today's theory. Because in the past, I've felt fairly confident saying that the mustard man here is William Afton, because he drives a purple car and he's driving away from the scene where the puppet girl died. But now, I'm not so sure. It always bothered me, and literally everyone else, that a guy who has been a...
Oh yeah, no. Firstly, MatPat is just genuinely crazy a little, and also I've been pausing so much that to prevent this going on for as long as possible, I did speed it up slightly.
Associated with one color, the color purple, for the entirety of this franchise is suddenly orange. I tried to dismiss it as Scott pulling a Scott, but you know, that's not the most satisfying answer. It doesn't feel conclusive, you know? And more importantly, those footprints outside of the window. I mean, why are they there? Either an animatronic went to meet this boy outside of his window, but that seems unlikely based on how we know these animatronics behave, or it was someone in a costume showing up to lure the boy out of his room. That one definitely seems like the more likely solution, but the only person in the entirety of this franchise who would do something like that is...
I hate that this is the only time he's ever said this is more likely, despite the fact that it doesn't really make sense to me. Why the fuck would William book it outside of someone's house to lure and kill a kid this way? And also, if he did lure them... Because I know where he's going with this, because he's trying to do... I heavily disagree with the whole, this is a kid luring someone away thing. Or the Scott being Scott. Because then, if William's luring someone away, who did he lure and are they dead or not? Because that's, in this version of the theory, that doesn't make sense. In some variants, I can kind of see it, but... in this variant where he's trying to imply it's the crying child or something like that,
is big ol' Willie A. And why would he do something like that to his own kid in his own house and then get mad about it? Things just don't add up cleanly. It's a question that really started to bother me when I was playing Fnaf VR Help Wanted. Glitch Trap is clearly modeled after the first suit ever used by William Afton. You can tell...
Oh, the later that night refers to the end of Security Puppet. It's later that night after William kills Charlie. That's pretty much inarguable.
Based on his stitching. This is a hand-sewn bodysuit rather than any sort of animatronic suit that we would see later in the series. This also coincides with the timing of the Midnight Motorist cutscene, which shows the birth of the puppet, one of the first major deaths of the entire FNAF story. Glitch Trap's suit also very distinctly has 3 toes, just like the footprints outside of the boy's window. Now,
yeah, the issue is there are 3 connected toes and not 3 separated toes, but whatever.
As we know, Scott Cawthon likes to clarify things in his next game. And if there was one huge question mark left from before, that Midnight Motorist minigame was it. So we have ourselves a suit that would have been in use around the time of the minigame.
Oh my god, he finally did mention Help Wanted. Oh, I didn't even process that. That's so small.
To the design that we see in the minigame. Heck, we even have ourselves a potential reference to it from Ultimate Custom Night and the Toy Chica cutscenes.
He'll be mine by the end of the day. I just know it. I told him to come over later. That should be enough. And if he doesn't show up, I'll just go to his house. And if he doesn't open the door, I'll just find a window.
And here's where everything starts coming together. Let's assume that William Afton, in his Glitch Trap suit with its 3 toes, is the one who's standing outside of that window, outside of Henry's house. He lures the crying child out, now Henry's son, to bring him back to the place that he loves more than anywhere else in the world, Fredbear's Family Diner. But
I mean, except for the fact that it's never implied that he used to... MatPat's brought this idea a lot, that the crying child used to like Fredbear's, but this is never implied.
know that this is also the night where William takes his first victim, Charlotte, who's killed outside of the diner. This would explain why in FNAF 6, the crying child would actively run to Fredbear's against his father's will, but later, come FNAF 4, he would be terrified of stepping foot there. Remember what you saw, and all that, as psychic friend Fredbear reminds him constantly. He saw the murder happen that night. That is what we're seeing in that FNAF 6 minigame. Meanwhile, we have ourselves the Mustard Man, who we're assuming is gonna be Henry. He has a kid who has not only run away on multiple occasions, but is so
but also
determined
worth noting, in this version, William lures the kid and to the crime scene and doesn't kill him for no fucking reason. Why? Why would he do that? Oh, hey kid, welcome. I killed your sister. Bye.
do so that he's willing to break through his own window to get there. So how do you keep him safe at home? Well, you lock him in his room, just like we see happen in FNAF 4. But maybe locking him in his room isn't enough. Maybe you also have a series of security cameras hidden around the room. Heck, hidden around your house, hiding a security camera inside the Fredbear plushie that he takes everywhere, to keep your son safe, to keep track of where he is at any given point in time. Heck, maybe you could go so far as to design sound illusion discs to make him scared of the animatronics that he's seeing. His once beloved animatronic friends, now terrifying to him, causing nightmarish hallucinations of the characters, just like the discs that we see hidden inside of Funtime Freddy's chest at Sister Location. The same discs that Henry is confirmed to have created in the books. These two, right here, they play a huge role in these two books. Though most of them in the books bear Afton's name, they were originally created by Henry in an attempt to warp the world around him, to hide from the grief that he felt after the loss of his child. Discs that, wouldn't you know it, Afton hides inside the Funtime robots, just like we see in the games. But as we see in FNAF 4, it isn't enough. The crying child still winds up at Freddy's, he still gets himself bitten, and he dies. With that iconic line in yellow, "I will put you back together." Now, remember that quote I keep going back to in this book right here, second to last page?
Okay, yeah, I agree that he wasn't afraid of Fredbear's always. But did he love and, like, adore Fredbear's always? I don't agree with that idea. That's never really been implied. He clearly likes the characters enough to call them his friends, I'll give him that, but, like, I feel like this isn't proof that he used to be like, oh yeah, I'll jump out the window, I'll fucking break the window to run with the spooky bunny man back to my sister's death spot, and also never tell anyone and never do anything about it, and also Henry never does anything to it about William or anything like that. Exactly, Henry would be the laziest helicopter parent ever. Oh yeah, no, I went on. Need I remind? Where? This one. Anyway.
Thoughtful fans might want to revisit sections of how Henry and Afton's view of the robots change over time in order to determine how they impact the story of the games. Well, Henry in the books uses the robots to bring his daughter back to life. He rebuilds her. He puts her, quite literally, back together.
Yeah, and also, by this logic, Henry would rebuild, I don't know, fucking not do it in the games. I don't know, this is fucking stupid.
He used the robots to try and heal his grief. I mean, if anyone in this series is going to say a line like, "I will put you back together,"
stab murder robot? I mean, he could, but that would have to be something for the... Here's the thing, like, that's not implied in the games that he killed himself ever with the stab bot. So I don't agree with that for that reason.
Heck, maybe Mustard Man is the color that he is in order to better match the color of his FNAF 4 text. "I will put you back together" in yellow. And yeah, sure, it's yellow and not orange, but guess what? Purple Guy was pink in his first outing. As the series has gotten...
Except for the fact that both those sprites are from the same game, but okay.
Darker, so too has the color palette. But seriously, there are two colors that are relatively similar. Maybe there's a connection there. And if the crying child is indeed Michael, as I've talked about a lot...
Oh, that's right. He's still on Crying Child as Michael. That's why I remember this video. Oh my god, that's why this is the worst one. I was trying to remember why I hated this one. I forgot that he was still on this. Yeah, Henry, I won't fix my daughter, but I'll fucking resurrect my son, I guess. Emily in this story, in this variant.
In past theories, Henry literally rebuilding his lost son, like he does his lost daughter in the books, explains all of the weirdness of Mike's behavior throughout the series. How he's able to survive being scooped, how he has fragmented memories of his past, how he doesn't die after puking up mom's robot spaghetti.
He didn't. Oh, now I remember why I hate this one. I didn't remember why.
How he's only able to die by fire.
I should be dead, but I'm not.
It's also worth noting that at no point in the series is Michael ever explicitly identified as Michael Afton. Now, it seems like...
He is, though! MatPat, you've had like 3 theories to be told this. In the game files, if we're using game files as evidence, which MatPat does every now and then use, MatPat did, though. They did, though. He's called Mike Afton in the files. He's called Mike Afton _3 for his audio file because it was the 3rd take of his monologue.
like Mike and sister location is referring to William Afton as father,
Father, it's me, Michael.
and him saying,
I'm going to come find you.
as Springtrap appears, definitely makes it seem like he's going out and looking for William, but that may just be another Scott misdirect. It's
I hate that logic. I hate that rationale of, ooh, Scott just likes to fuck with us. Yes, Scott is a troll. Yes, Scott does screw with us every now and then. But there's no reason to assume this would be a misdirect this way. It's the same damn Vanity Vanessa logic of, well, maybe they're just trying to be less obvious. It's like, or maybe they're just trying to make sure we understand a basic of the story.
into interpretation. I mean, this scene alone still has people convinced that Springtrap is Mike trapped inside of the suit. Mike Trap, even though I feel like it's pretty well established at this point that it's William Afton in there. It's still Will Trap. But there are people who are vehemently determined that Mike Trap is the reality of the canon of this series. Regardless of the whole Michael stuff, William Afton in these books is all about achieving immortality.
I'm sorry, Rhombus Bushhead, the entire crux of one of his later videos is the premise that Cassidy is the princess because of one game file name. The entire fucking Cassidy princess thing was born from the game files. So MatPat is aware of game files. Or at least he is now. I don't know why he wouldn't be back then, but
Through the robots. He's interested in the science of it all. He wants to study the original Fnaf gang and replicate the living metal that resulted from their deaths. That's why we see him tearing apart the robots in Fnaf 3's minigames. He wants access to their metal. He wants to harvest it to run experiments. He wants to melt down those living endoskeletons so he can harness the possessed metal to create the Funtime animatronics. I mean, that is the whole point of Candy Cadet's stories in Fnaf 6. 5 things melted down to create one thing, and it's exactly what we see happen as a huge plot point in the final book. Henry, on the other hand, is the emotional one. He's a creator who gets too invested in his own work. He's a bit of a neglectful father while he's alive, but he's
it
devastated
is
when he loses his
so
daughter.
fucking
turning to the
fascinating how you can have like the blob theory and then also have this theory made by the same team. Like, the blob theory is so good compared to this one that it's fucking fascinating that this theory ever got produced.
one and only thing that he knows and understands to try and bring her back. Robots. He goes to extreme lengths to use his robotic skills to try and bring her back to life, and he does it. He succeeds. He creates the most absurdly lifelike humanoid animatronics ever in science fiction. And they have to be to do some of the stuff that you see happen in these books because it is absurd. But if we
Boy,
are
the Hollow
truly
Knight
meant
one.
to apply the
I'm not even
themes
a Hollow
of
Knight
these
fan,
books
I'm like,
to the games,
from
then
what I
this
saw of
isn't
that,
the
I didn't
Afton
even
family
finish it.
household. It doesn't make sense. It's the Emily
It
family
does.
household. It would explain the factory under the house. It would explain the empty girl's
It
bedroom in FNAF 4. It would explain the 1983 date that we're presented with. It would say why Mustard Man is yellow, why there are footprints outside the window, why the crying child is suddenly scared of Freddy's, and it would even go so far as to explain the line, I will put you back together. I mean, are there holes to this thing? Absolutely. Are there things that are difficult to explain? Are you kidding me? This is FNAF. Gonna be true no matter this is William's house, Henry's house, or the frickin' White House. It's an extreme theory, but I think it's one that's worth considering because of its alignment with the books. And
How did this video start?
games, right? But one thing has these books, the single use so many different boys killed to the door. Scott Cawthon, here's a line. 3 of the books have come out. At the end, recreation, Charlotte. Finale
Didn't he
45.
start this video with like, I'm not sure this theory's correct, and then we ended by this.
It would say why Mustard Man is yellow, why there are footprints outside the window, why the crying child is suddenly scared of Freddy's, and it would even go so far as to explain the line, I will put you back together. I mean, are there holes to this thing? Absolutely.
How the fuck did we get here from that start of the video? Oh, actually, that is a bad... Oh, shit. Oh, that's... There's not... Okay. I might actually have to end the stream here. I just realized that... Oh, fuck! I forgot I had the volume that high. I actually had my mic... My, like, headphones around my neck that entire time so it would be audible for stream. By the way, we were on that for 40 minutes. We were on that for 40 minutes, and it's still fucked. Game theory is entertaining no matter what, even on crack speed. There is something very funny. Kayla, you donate too much. Please. Streamlabs. My God. Okay. You know what? There's only one thing I can do now. I'm going to... I have a D&D thing to do, but I will do as many 50-20 mode attempts as I can until that happens. Hey, welcome to my stream. I'm finishing up my stream right now. Say hi to chat.
Hello, chat.
Say hello to my D&D group chat.
No, not. Cards we cannot. I have no idea the quality of my headset. Is it my
I'm doing a Fnaf stream right now. I'm doing 50-20 mode.
No idea what
Hello, D&D.
You guys should join my
Hi, Cassidy. I actually do play a wizard. So, oh, sorry. Here, let me mute myself while I'm sending off my chat. Let me deafen myself. Okay. Sorry. That was... We're going to do some 50-20 mode attempts while we're getting the D&D group together in the background. I'm going to have to wane down the stream. Fucking... Ultra Custom Night has Zangle? Ultra Custom Night has Zangle? Oh, let me put on... Okay, Fuck. I'm trying to remember what's the strategy. Okay, D&D context. I play... they're muted right now. My D&D chat's muted. I play a wizard named Krabben Ulis, who is a, like, small hermit gnome wizard. Fuck. Zangle is the best character in Fnaf. Okay. Here, let me do something that I genuinely have a chance of doing. Let's try 9,800, which is what's required to get Void. So, fuck. Fuck, no, I'm gonna do this. I'm definitely gonna do this second try. Maybe I'm not gonna do this. I might need more practice before I try something like that. Cassidy just fucking appeared, which is cool. No, trust me, I've got this. I've got this. Zangle is the best character. Dang.
My friend, you.
Okay.
That's a terrible, terrible demise. But, you know, I don't feel too bad about it. After all, if
Well,
it weren't for me,
I think we're gonna have to end the stream on this one. I'm not escaping.
I guess what I'm trying to say is life goes on. Well,
Zangle's from FNAF World. Zangle is the best FNAF character.
that's neither here nor there. It reminds me of one summer.
Welcome, Quanashia. Welcome to the stream. We're ending off the stream right now. I've got D&D, like, right now.
I said to him,
But we'll end it off on Mr. Hippo.
story. He said to me,
Thank you guys for watching. This has been an amazing stream. This is one of my biggest streams I've ever done. Fucking $20 from Kayla. That's impressive. I'm really satisfied with this stream. This might be one of my favorite streams I've done in a while. Other than forcing Zach to learn FNAF lore, this might be one of my favorite ones. But I can't do anything about D&D. We rarely get the D&D group to get together, so I can't, like, skip this.
wasn't pretty. We talked about it for years. And not only that, but you'll likely end up believing something you
Sorry you're late.
thinking something you
I played my gnome character, Krabben Ulis, who is a little gnome.
sometimes
He
they said,
invented, like, he invented, like, a fucking, like, clothing patent.
okay.
That's like he got rich, but then the rebels burned down his house, so now he's broke.
Poor Orville was
Uh,
such difficulty.
so now he's on an adventure to, like, kind of fill his fantasy
You know?
dreams.
Actually, I suppose that's the problem. They don't have hands.
And that's my character in D&D.
They're all feet. Yeah.
See ya, guys. This has been a fucking awesome stream. We'll let Mr. Hippo finish.
Now, if I recall correctly, there was a bakery nearby. I said to him, Orville, let me go get you some
Hope you guys had a great day. This has been really
I'm
fun.
not sure if elephants enjoy riding.
Wow, the hippo talks forever.
I assure you that Orville does.
I said, Orville, not every story has its significance.
Because rye bread was always fresh and
Rye bread was always fresh on Tuesdays or whatever day he's talking about. Sundays? Which day was I talking about?
sold it at a discount for people who want to feed the ducks. And probably at the
If you
end.
try to read into every little thing, it'll just be whatever we talked about. We talked about it for years.
I do remember a man who would bring his son to the bakery every Wednesday and go feed the ducks. He would buy all of the sourdough bread. Of course.
I'm trapped in Hippo. I literally can't click out.
no bread at all.
I could Alt-Tab out, but that would interrupt Mr. Hippo. I'm trapped. I'm being held at gunpoint by a
You know,
hippo.
I never saw any ducks die myself, but I did notice a substantial
Fucking hell.
increase in duck population over the course of a few years.
My god. Hippo, please. Mr. Hippo.
That he was killing the ducks by
May I call you just Hippo?
And if you want my opinion on the
What do you think
matter,
Mr. Hippo's first
I
name
told
is?
Orville this
Stan?
himself.
Stan
If
Hippo?
you wanna feed ducks, what birds
I
or
think
any
it's Stan
cat for
Hippo.
that matter, it's best to buy seed. I mean, when you think about it,
I could get
bread
8
is
lefties with these
fresh.
donuts. You're right. You're not wrong.
Grow on trees or spring up from the bushes.
I'm trapped. Please help. This hippo has a chokehold on me and I can't escape.
So I bought Orville some rye bread.
Maybe cut the
What a
computer
fine
off.
day it was.
Am I free? Mr. Hippo, please. Mr. Hippo. Fucking finally. Thank you guys for watching. Ah! Jeremy Hippo.